I woke up this morning not expecting to film this video today. However, I was doing my makeup and I was just so overwhelmed with the amount of base products that I have in my makeup collection. I didn't plan on filming a big declutter until halfway into the year. And in my head, I was going to do a 6-month declutter and then a 12-month declutter and kind of have them every 6 months. However, like, why? Like, what is the point in doing that when I can just do it now? I have got to the point where I have documented every single base product in my makeup collection. And if you're new and you don't really know what that means, basically I've been on a mission to film B-roll footage of me applying and swatching every single product in my collection so that I can declutter the products and still be able to talk about them, still be able to show them, show footage and all that kind of stuff. And I've done that with everything in my collection now. So like, I don't need to keep these products. My base drawer is ridiculous. Like, I've got so much stuff that just needs to go. But just before we do jump into the video, if you have not already, definitely like, comment, hype, and subscribe. It would mean the absolute world to me. I am going to be doing cheeks and eyes and things like that quite soon, I think, because I do need to get like a big chunk of my makeup gone. I'm not going to be doing like a declutter week. I think these declutters are going to be more like sporadic. But as I said, today's going to be base. Stay tuned for cheeks, eyes, and lips some point in the future. I'm not going to stress myself out about it, but I do want to get those done quite soon. These are some of my foundations, and I have a few more. Here we go. A lot of foundation to try and go through. I would like to get rid of quite a few of these. There are quite a few that I just think like they're not working for me anymore. And I think it's going to be good to just like get it out. A little bit less chaotic, I think. So I'm gonna kind of take them all out, I guess. Like, you can see, who needs this many foundations? Like, this is ridiculous. Oh my God. All of my foundations. I could just about fit them on screen, which is great. There's just so much. So I think I'm going to start with the CatKin. I am going to keep this. However, I think I'm going to change out the pad because this is like dry. Like, you can see, I've just tapped it there. There's like nothing left in here. I have been given a refill. I love this foundation so much. I do have a code with CatKin. It is code CAITLIN25, I want to say. So I have flipped the sponge a few times to try and get it out, but I think this can be counted as an empty now. So that's going to go in my empties drawer, and I'm going to swap the little refill out there. And then I have a fresh one for the next time I use this, which is going to be great. And now this can just go in the bin. This can go in my empties drawer, and I'm really happy that I've kind of halved the size of this foundation. This is stunning. This is one of my favorite foundations for travel. It is so full coverage. It's so easy to use, and you do get that refill as well when you purchase this normally. That's not just a PR thing, because I did get sent this in PR, but you guys have confirmed that you do receive the refill as well, which is incredible. I love this brand. Love that foundation. I am going to be keeping that. I think it is so beautiful, and yeah, I'm really happy now that I've got rid of like this random bit of packaging. Okie dokie, let's talk about, oh my gosh, the Essence Silky Blur. I love this so much. This is one of my new favorite foundations. It's a little bit drying, I have noticed. It does claim to be hydrating, however, I've just got really dry skin, like ridiculously dry skin, so maybe it's just me, but I do find that this settles a little bit into fine lines if you're not careful with it. But the coverage is incredible. Love that. Oh my goodness. Okay. I need to get rid of some things. I mean, this one, no one is shocked. I'm going to get rid of this one. This is the Instaglow foundation. This is the worst foundation I've ever used, but I don't know if it's because it's expired or what's happened with it. It's just horrendous. It like literally balls up on the skin. It looks so dry. It looks absolutely horrendous. I really hope that I bought this when it was expired, because if this is actually how it performs, unacceptable. The worst thing ever. Avoid like the plague. So that is definitely going to be decluttered, and that is definitely getting out of my collection. Like, I really don't want to keep that. I think this is what kind of spurred me to film this video. Like, why am I keeping hold of this? I have the B-rolls. I can show you exactly how it performs. I don't need to keep it physically in my collection. And I'm just so grateful that I have started doing these B-rolls, because like, they needed to happen in order for me to just downsize my collection dramatically. This is an unexpected favorite foundation. This is the Revolution Super Dewy Skin Tint. Now, my acne has definitely cleared up a hell of a lot, and so I can kind of use these things now. I feel really comfortable and confident using skin tints. I did not feel that way before at all. I used to be very, very self-conscious of my skin, but now this provides just enough coverage where I feel comfortable. I can use some spot concealing underneath as well, but I think this is really, really fabulous. A really good drugstore option for a low coverage foundation, so I am going to be keeping that. My matte bases I will be keeping. This one is in a project pan right now, and to be honest, I don't think there's that much left of this. So I have been using this a hell of a lot over the past few weeks, and I love this. Is my favorite foundation. It is so full coverage, it is so beautiful, it is so incredible. Like, I love it, but it has been discontinued, so I'm gonna finish both of these and then I'm like gonna let it go. You know, I can buy this again through like the beauty outlet and things like that, but this got discontinued about 2 years ago now, so all of that stock is going to be old stock, so I'm gonna just let it go. And yeah, I can tell that these are really running low, so I'm gonna cry when these have to go, but you know what, it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna enjoy them while they last. I'm gonna get rid of the Build foundation. It's just dry. I find it really drying. I don't like this at all. It's a very pale shade, and I have been keeping it for like mixing with other foundations, because there are a few foundations like my Essence and my Catrice. These are really dark for me, so I've been kind of using the Mitchell to lighten those foundations and to try and get a good shade match, but like, it just pulls really, really dry, and I don't like it. I want something a lot more hydrating. This is not good for my skin, and again, that's another foundation that I've been waiting to declutter. Like, why am I waiting to declutter products? You know what I mean? Like, just get rid of them. This is what I'm trying to do. Just get rid. I don't have to hoard things. Get rid of them, throw them out, clean up some space to be able to like love some more products. I don't want to just be hoarding things anymore. This is my only stick foundation. It's from Nabla, and I really like this. This is, again, very good for travel and on the go. It is slightly pale for me. Mine's in the shade NC05. I should have definitely got a darker shade, maybe one darker, but it's really nice. If I bronze up, I can definitely get a really, really good shade from this, and yeah, it's nice for travel, good coverage. It's definitely like medium. I wouldn't say it's full coverage whatsoever. Definitely a strong medium, and I really like that as well. Okay, what else have we got? I'm gonna keep my Primark, because this is a really nice, very, very affordable foundation. Very like glowy, very low coverage, like very trendy right now. Not normally what I go for personally, but like trend wise and affordability wise, I think this is a really, really good one. So kind of for my job, I think this is a great foundation. For me personally, like, I like it, I will wear it, and I will enjoy it, but there are things that I reach for more than this, but I still really do like it, and for certain content, that will be absolutely perfect as well. Okay, this, I really don't know what I was going to do with this, because this has been discontinued, but I love it. So I don't want to just get rid of something simply because it's been discontinued. Like, I want to be able to use it. I want to be able to enjoy it. I spent my money on this. And so, you know, I don't want to just let it go for the sake of it being discontinued. I still want to like it. I still want to enjoy it. So I am going to keep this. I know that a lot of people love this foundation as well. It is a cult classic. And so it could be in videos like, you know, discontinued products that I want back or something like that. I'm not sure, but I don't want to just get rid for the sake of getting rid. I want to be conscious about my consumerism and like I enjoy that product, so I want to keep it. I think I'm going to get rid of my Vitamin Babe Skin Loving Foundation. This is from the Beauty Crop. This I got in the same mystery bag as the Instaglow, and it's just thick. She's heavy. And normally I quite like a heavy foundation, you know? Give me a heavy foundation, but it needs to be movable. This is like thick and it's not movable. So God forbid you smile once. God forbid you move your face. God forbid you talk. This is gonna just like crack. And I really don't like that. It's just way too thick. It is a little bit light as well for me. I really don't like that. Big fat fail there. The foundations in that mystery bag were not the best, I have to admit. They all were a little bit of a fail. Okay, last few. I actually wore this the other day. It's the Vima Color Changing Foundation. I really like this. This is definitely more low coverage. Again, very similar to the Primark. So this is one of them where it comes out white and then quote unquote changes to match your skin tone. It doesn't. It's just one color, apparently. Like, I've not really done that much research into these, but from what I've heard, they are literally just one color. And you just gotta hope that it's the right color for you. This is the right color for me, so that's great. So I am gonna keep that. I don't really use it that much in videos because I know that like most people probably wouldn't be able to get away with this. But I like it on my skin tone, and if you do have pale skin like me, I think you will like that as well. It's a really nice foundation, just for very, very everyday, simple, subtle looks. The Colourpop Pretty Fresh Foundation. I love this. I really don't like the concealer or the powder, but the foundation is really, really nice. It has a really hydrating nature to it, which I definitely need. The coverage is pretty good as well. I feel like it's a safe coverage, you know what I mean? Like I feel safe with this product, and it's so, so, so beautiful. So I am going to keep that one as well. I did a full face of Colourpop, and like that was such a good way to start that video because I adore that foundation. Definitely like a new favorite foundation. It is a little pale, so hopefully I can finish it and then maybe get a darker shade because that would be amazing. I have my Uodu, what is this? This is the Mineral Veil Matte Lasting Foundation. This is a bit finicky. You have to use this with a damp beauty blender, otherwise it kind of looks a little bit like too matte. You know when a matte foundation just gets a little bit like powdery almost? So definitely use a like damp beauty blender with this. If you do that, this is beautiful. So nice. You can get this on CBeautyMall, and I really, really enjoy this foundation. It's a perfect shade for me. I'm in the shade W02, and yeah, it's a really good one. No one ever talks about that, but very, very good. The Catrice HD Liquid Coverage, a classic. This is very dark for me, but again, I do use some other foundations to kind of mix and match it a little bit, make sure that it is my favorite shade, like my perfect shade, and hopefully, again, I can finish this at some point and get a better shade in this foundation because I do really like it. It can get a bit heavy. If you have like dry skin or if you have fine lines, this can get a little bit too much. So I just always recommend getting a Q-tip and just kind of wiping away the product around your fine lines, then just tapping over that to just kind of make it a bit less full coverage over those areas, and throughout the day it'll wear a lot better. And then I've been keeping this one to last because I think I'm getting rid of this as well. This is the Troublemaker Juno. It's just very thick. Like it's really, really thick, and the more I use it, the less I like it, which is not good, obviously. And the packaging is kind of annoying because like it doesn't squish. Like you'd think that because it's one of these like dropper applicators, you'd think it'd squish a bit more, but it's really firm, and there's like, it's just, no, I don't reach for this, so I think I'm gonna get rid of that as well. So I have decluttered 1, 2, 3, 4, and emptied, 5. Here we go. This is great for foundation. I'm really happy about that. I wasn't expecting this to be like crazy cutthroat because obviously this was kind of impromptu, like I said. I've got concealers and powders left to do in this video, but I'm happy with that. I feel like I've got a little bit of room to breathe in my foundation drawer now. So let me just try and figure out how I'm going to store all of these, because I do like to have them like in height order. I'm a little bit pedantic when it comes to things like that, and I like everything to look quite perfect. So I'm just going to try and pop them in kind of height order. If they all fit, I don't think they'll all fit in one line, to be honest. So I was going to say if they all fit in one line, that would be perfect, but I think that's wishful thinking. Okay, that's a good start. And then actually this one is in a project pan, so that can go in my everyday makeup drawer. Then my Revolution can go there. Maybe it can go there. And then there we go. Oh, look at that. Okay, this is so much more satisfying. And then this one goes in like a different place. Oh no, I've got my Nabla as well. Nabla can just go there. That is so much better than it was. I feel like I can manage this a little bit better. Like, yeah, I feel like this is really, really good. And so let's move on to some concealers. I don't know if my concealers is going to be as good, but you know what? We can go through them. All right, these are my concealers. I really like most of my concealers. I'm not going to lie. Like, I do really enjoy these. I find it rare that I find a concealer that I really don't like. However, there might be one in here that I'm going to get rid of. Like, I'm not sure though. Again, I don't want to declutter just for the sake of decluttering. That's not what I want to do. Like, I've spent my money on most of these, not all of these, but I've spent my money on most of these. And so I want to be able to use them. I want to be able to, you know, get a good use on them. And obviously, like, duh. Like, no one wants to just waste money, do they? So the Catrice True Skin is pretty dark for me, but I like this as a spot concealer underneath foundation because I can get away with it being a little bit dark with that. It's so full coverage. It's so nice. Again, I would like to get a lighter shade so that I can use it underneath my eyes and things like that, because like right now, it's like maybe like half a shade darker than my skin tone, which is fine for a spot concealer, but, you know, under the eyes is not that great. I got sent this from Collection. Like, what? I got Collection PR. Are you serious? Like, who am I? Like, what the hell is going on? So this is their new version of the Lasting Perfection. It does have a little sponge applicator on the top of it. I don't use this. I've used it once for like content, but I just use a normal beauty blender. But the actual product itself is the original formula, the OG formula. I really, really love that. Nabla, I'm trying to finish in a project pan. If it wasn't in a project pan, I'd probably declutter it, but there's barely any left of this. It's just quite dry. I don't know if it's because it's kind of old now. I'm not too sure, but I'm happy to just keep using it. It's not going to take that long to finish, and so like I'm fine with just plodding along with it. It's got a bunch of windowing, as you can see there. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to use it. I'm not hate panning it at all, but it's definitely something that like I would like gone from my collection. I really love this. This is from Girls Crush. This is such a hydrating concealer. If you have dry skin, I think this one is going to be a great one for you. You can get it on CBeautyMall. Absolutely stunning product. I think it's really, really, really good. It doesn't really crease underneath fine lines or anything like that, so like it's brilliant. My Maybelline Superstay, I actually got this in the mystery bag again, and I don't support brands that test on animals. Maybelline have actually sent me PR in the past, and I am thinking about getting in touch with them and like querying their cruelty-free status, because it's something that is very important to me, and I feel like, you know, if anyone has the opportunity to message Maybelline, like, this is my opportunity, you know? They've asked to work with me before, and that is just crazy, crazy, craziness. But I spent my money on this. I didn't technically buy this because I bought it in a mystery bag, so I couldn't really decide. But I mean, I spent my money on it. I like it. It's a good concealer. I use it as a spot concealer, but I don't really use it in content because, again, it's not cruelty-free. Essence Silky Blur, really nice. Maybe a little bit drying under the eyes, but like as I said before, my skin is so dry. Really good collection. The whole Silky Blur collection is absolutely fantastic. And I just don't understand Essence. Like, some of their collections are fantastic. Some of them are absolute garbage. That Silky Blur, really good. I might get rid of the Colourpop Pretty Fresh. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's just too dry. Oh, I just think it's too dry for me. I mean, it's a very pale shade, but you know what? Sometimes I like a pale shade for like highlighting or something like that. But I just think it's really, really dry, which is so confusing because the Pretty Fresh foundation is really hydrating, it's really moisturizing, it's really nice on my skin. So the Pretty Fresh concealer, I'd assume, would be the same thing, but it's not. It's just very dry. I do like this as a cut crease concealer. But, I mean, there are other concealers that I can use for cut crease concealers. Like, because this is so dry, it's such a good cut crease concealer because it's pale as... Oh, no, now I'm talking myself into using it, into keeping it. It's so pale and so dry that this as a cut crease concealer works so well. So I think I'm going to keep it for that reason because, like, it doesn't crease because it's so dry. So you know what? I am going to keep it. But like, if it was just a concealer, I wouldn't keep it. But because it is a really good cut crease product, I will keep it. Which means I'm not getting rid of any concealers, which, you know what? It's fine. The Collection Ultra Coverage, I reach for this constantly. This is probably my most reached for product of 2026, like concealer anyway. I love this so much. Oh my gosh, I actually love this more than the original Lasting Perfection. I feel like it's a little bit more hydrating. I don't know. That's what I think anyway. Yeah, hydrating ingredients to give long-lasting crease-proof coverage. Like, I kind of agree with that. I don't think any concealer can be fully crease-proof, but this is a really, really good one. And then the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I am wanting to finish this year because it is a little bit old, but really good. It's kind of like a middle of the, you know, it's a fine concealer. I wouldn't rave about it, but it's fine. So yeah, I am keeping all of my concealers. This is going to go back in my everyday makeup drawer just because I am project panning it. But I like my concealer collection. So you know what? It's fine. All right, the last category is powders. I've got a lot of powders. And I have got some powders that I really don't like that much. So I am excited to dwindle this down just a little bit. I just think it's too much. Like, all of this powder, who needs this much powder? It's kind of crazy. And I have documented all but one. So I'm excited about that because, again, I don't need them in my collection anymore. I can talk about them and show you everything without actually owning them. So I'm just going to take, oh my gosh, I'm going to take everything out and I'm just going to go one at a time, I think. There are some products in here that I've not really been able to test out that much. So, you know, for products like that, I think I am going to keep them just because, you know, I want to test them out a little bit more, you know? Jesus, a lot of powder. So this is in a project pan. You can see I've got a nice pan on it. This packaging is broken, which is so annoying, but this is one of my favorite powders of all time. This is the Essence All About Matte. Absolutely fantastic for dry skin. It sets your makeup in place, but it doesn't dry it out. I feel like with powder, I've had a bit of like a powder like revelation recently. I used to just put powder on the skin and think, well, it's a powder. Like, it's fine. It does what a powder does. But I need a powder that stops my concealer creasing, but doesn't really like absorb oil that well. And that's what I need from a powder, because I have such dry skin that it is so easy for powders to make me look so dry and dehydrated and like creasy. And that's what a lot of these do. So I'm trying to kind of just get rid of some of those. This is one that I have not documented yet, so I am going to keep it, but like, I like it, you know, I'm not just keeping it for that reason. This is the Art Value Little Bear powder, and you can get this on CBeautyMall. It's really cute, it works really well, so I am going to keep that. I'm going to get rid of the Catrice Under Eye Brightener. I think because I'm so pale, this doesn't actually work. I watched a Tati Westbrook video and she filmed a B-roll with this and it looked so brightening on her skin, but she must have a deeper skin tone than I do, because on my skin, it just doesn't brighten that much. I mean, it looks kind of fine there, but like it doesn't do anything. I feel like if anything, it darkens a little bit under my eyes, and like I don't want that. This doesn't really set either. This is simply for brightening, and it doesn't do that. So there's no point me keeping it, because the one function that it has, it doesn't do with my skin. So what am I meant to do with that? If you have like a tan to deep skin tone, I think that would be amazing for you, but pale girlies, no. This I'm so angry at. I love this powder. This is my favorite powder. If I'm going somewhere bougie, or if I need to look really good all day, I will reach for this one. This is the By Terry Hydra powder. This is tested on animals though. Why? Why? I bought this and you guys did inform me, like, Caitlin, By Terry tests on animals, and it is the most annoying thing in the world because I love this product. This has like loads of hyaluronic acid in there, and like a powder that is infused with hyaluronic acid. Like I said before, I need something that hydrates. I need something that like doesn't strip the moisture from under my eyes, and this one is perfect, but it is tested on animals. I try not to use this in content that much because I know, like, I want to be a cruelty-free channel, and so this like is a kind of hidden gem, but it's hidden for a reason. So yeah, I don't know. I'm really annoyed about that. CatKin, this is fab. This is very finely milled, and this doesn't cake up my makeup either. I really, really like this. It's very silky smooth under the eyes, which is fabulous because, I mean, I've said it a bazillion times. My under eyes especially, are so annoying. I feel like I have, like, let me know if you have this as well. I feel like I have self-conscious phases. Like, a certain thing will make me self-conscious, and then I'll move on to the next thing. And then suddenly the original thing doesn't make me self-conscious anymore because I'm now self-conscious about something else. My under eye lines do make me quite self-conscious, but I know that this one has me covered. This powder is really, really good for that. Let's do a declutter. Oh, this is one of those products I've been waiting to declutter. The Colourpop Pretty Fresh powder. This is so incredibly drying. I've never seen my under eyes look worse than when I use this powder. They look reptilian. They look scaly, and it is not good. Like, it does not look good. I cannot believe that this is the Pretty Fresh line because the foundation is so hydrating and beautiful. The concealer is like fine, and then this is just dry. If you have oily skin, you might really like this. This is so drying though. I really, really don't like this product. It's something that I've been waiting to declutter, and so like, why am I waiting? You know what I mean? I've gone on this rant. Why am I waiting to declutter products? Why do I not just get rid of them? Because like, they're hogging up space. I've got like not that much space now for new products to try, and I'm in such a blessed position that I am trying new products all the time. I need to get rid of the things that are not working for me. The Revolution IRL Duo, I used this recently and I really like it. It's a nice Revolution drugstore product. I think it works really, really well. The pressed side can be a little bit heavy, so do use a light hand, but the loose side is really, really nice. I am hopefully going to be finishing this sometime soon. I think this might be the next powder on my list after my Essence one to use up. I don't know if I'd repurchase it. I don't know if I'd go that far, but it's a nice powder. It works well. And I like it. This one, I've not been able to use that much. I am kind of confused by it. So if you do have this powder and you love it, please let me know how you use it down below. I did use this to set my under eyes once, but it's a finishing powder. So is this just meant to go all over the face as like a little bit of, like a bit of what? I don't really know. So please just let me know how you guys like to use this. It's very finely milled. Sorry, the sun is coming in through this side, so if it's a little bit overexposed, I do apologize for that. But is it more of like an all over the face? That's what I'm thinking, but I've not used it like that yet. So I need to keep this and try it out a little bit more because I've given it a bit of an unfair test and a little bit of an unfair B-roll, so I might have to B-roll that again just because I don't think I actually used it right. Okay, Oh, Huda, let's address the elephant in the room. I am not a big fan of this powder. It's taken me quite a while to accept that. It's taken me quite a while to understand that, but I am going to keep it anyway because this is such a cult classic product that, again, more for like career reasons rather than like just random normal beauty makeup reasons. Like for the channel, I think this is a good one to keep. I just think it's very, very thick. I think it's quite heavy and like I don't know. I used to really like it, so I don't know what's happened over the past few weeks. I don't know if my skin has just got even more dry. I really don't know. But this, I'm so confused about. I don't think I am ready to get rid of it yet because, again, like everyone seems to love this thing. So I want to just keep it around a little bit more. I feel like my birth control pill really has affected my skin because I came off my birth control pill a while ago and my acne cleared up so much. So I don't know if it made my skin a little bit more oily and that's why I liked this so much. And now I don't. Like, I really don't understand what's been going on there. It's just such an absolute pain. I have no idea. Okay, these are powders that I'm just not really sure about. I think I'm going to keep the Essence Silky Blur. I've not used this a hell of a lot. I would like to get more use on this, but from what I remember, it was a really, really good powder. It's a very, very, like, affordable brand. I love reviewing Essence and Catrice here on my channel, so I am going to keep this because, you know, I want to give it a little bit more love. I want to understand it a little bit more. I think I am going to get rid of the Beauty Moon one just because, again, it's very, very similar to the Huda. If you like the Huda powder, I think you'll really, really like the Beauty Moon. I don't know if they were going for a dupe vibe because, like, obviously they're very, very similar packaging, but they are very, very similar products. I just think for my dry skin, it works a bit too well on the oil control side of things, and that's definitely not what I need from a powder. But if you do use powder for oil control, I think that would be incredible for you. So I do like it, but it's just not for my personal preference. I think I'm going to keep the Revolution Pop. This, again, can be a little bit heavy and dry, but with a light hand, it does work really, really nicely. And, I mean, it's only tiny, isn't it? It's teeny, teeny, tiny. And I am trying to use a little bit more from Makeup Revolution because I do have a discount code with them, and I would like to feature them a little bit more on my channel because I think they are a really good brand. They have some hits, they have some misses, but that's definitely, like, a good product. Right, what am I going to do with these? Oh, no. The Troublemaker. Oh, I don't know. I have to keep Coty Airspun. This is like a classic makeup memories kind of product. I have to keep this. This has been with me since the start of my makeup journey. Not this specific like tub of powder, but I think for like really intense dance days, this is a really, really good one to just cake my face in and just like stop me sweating so much. Like that's how I use this whenever I'm on stage, whenever I'm like dancing for a really long time. I am a choreographer if you are new. So really long choreo days, this is a really good one for that. I probably wouldn't use it every day, just for like an everyday powder. It's definitely like a heavy duty, like stage makeup kind of powder. And then Troublemaker, you know what? I think I am going to get rid of this just because I don't really remember how I feel about it. I do think it maybe was a bit heavy under my eyes. So yeah, I think I am going to get rid of it. I don't really know how I feel about it. I can't really remember, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's gonna go. So that means I've got rid of 4 powders, which I think is really good. Again, I'm not expecting this to be like a crazy intense declutter video because like I did not even know that I was going to be filming this even like 3 hours ago. I had no idea what was going on. So yeah, I'm happy with that, you know. Let me just put these back into, I mean, the order that they were in was quite a good one, if not for the Coty, but you know what? Let's mix up how I store my powders. I think that's a really nice way of storing them. Maybe if these go this way, no, like that, maybe. I want to be able to see the NYX, that's the only thing. Yeah, I think these work just like that. Normally I have them like on their side the other way, but I think that's a nice way of storing them. I can kind of see everything there. And then these two go in my everyday makeup drawer. This is in a project pan, and then this is an everyday makeup drawer pull. So that is going to go back up there. And these are my powders. So let's have a look at everything that I have decluttered today. It's not crazy amounts. I'm going to put this in there as well. Why not? It's not crazy amounts, but I'm really happy. I feel like the lighting did go a little bit crazy in this video. I do actually have my curtains open today. Normally I film with my curtains closed, but I thought, you know what? It's such a nice day. Let's have some, you know, natural light in here. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 products gone. I think that's great. I'm really happy with that. I think it's fair to say that I have a hell of a lot of blushes in my makeup collection. I can't even fit them all on frame. And I'm getting really overwhelmed by them all. Oh, I found another one. I'm getting really overwhelmed by all of them. And so normally I only do a declutter at the end of the year and then halfway through the year. However, like, why am I waiting? Like, there is no actual reason that I'm waiting. It's just like scheduling, which I'm in charge of anyway. So let's just do a declutter now, because what on earth, like, this is just blush. This is not anything else. And like, this is huge. Like, this is ram-packed full of blushes, and I'm getting a little bit crazy. There are some products in here that I know will be decluttered. There are some products that I know I absolutely love, and there are products in between as well. I am doing a bit of a documentation mission this year, which basically means I am recording a B-roll of me applying and swatching every single product in my makeup collection. So that is going to eliminate like keeping for reference and like kind of YouTuber-y stuff. I only want to keep what I actually enjoy, and if I don't like it, I don't have to keep it, because I'll have the B-rolls for the like reference and that I can talk about them in other videos without actually owning them. So I'm hoping that that is going to make me just like get rid of a lot. But just before we do jump into the video, if you have not already, definitely like, comment, hype, and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. I upload every single day on my YouTube channel. I love bright, fun, colorful makeup. I love anything to do with mostly indie and drugstore makeup. They are the vibes that I go for, and you'll definitely see that in this video. I do have a crochet bracelet on. One of my students made this for me the other day, and I think I will die with it on. So if you see that, that is what that is. Right, how on earth am I gonna do this? Like, right, okay, I'm just gonna try and just grab and go. Really? Like, let's just, I'm just so overwhelmed already. Like, what the hell is going on? I have 2 Beauty Bay blushes, and you know what? I actually really enjoy these. These are shades that are very different for me. And when I bought these, I specifically wanted blush shades that I didn't have loads of duplicates of in my makeup collection. I wanted something that was bright, that was pink, that was definitely not up my street. And then I wanted something a little bit more grungy, a little bit more moody, a little bit, again, that I don't have. And I actually really enjoy both of these. I had the realization that I have about 50 bazillion peach-toned blushes in my collection, and so, oof, sorry, I had to do that. And so I'm kind of forcing myself out my comfort zone with these. These have a cream and a powder. Both of them are really pigmented and nice. The cream isn't too creamy, but it's like just the right perfect amount. And I really enjoy both of these. So yeah, I'm gonna keep both of these because I don't have duplicates of them. And someone did say this was such a genius idea to put little nail polish marks on them so that I know which is which. And you have absolutely saved my life with that, because there is no way to differentiate them with the packaging. So I'm keeping both of those. Okay, these are my Makeup Revolution blushes. I'm going to start with the Icon Trio. This is very similar to the kind of Beauty Bay vibe, and I know it's not a unique concept whatsoever. I don't know who originally came up with like this kind of idea, but everyone is doing them. This is definitely more my comfort zone kind of shades. Like when I said I have a bazillion skin peachy blushes, this is what I gravitate towards, and I love all three of these. There's obviously a cream, a matte powder, and a shimmer powder, and all of them complement my skin tone so well. What I love about this cream is that it's not too creamy. It's almost like a waxy cream, which I really, really enjoy and I really, really appreciate. I'm not the biggest fan of I don't know, creams that are a little bit too creamy. I feel like you can just go a little bit heavy-handed with them. They can go a bit far, but this is just perfect. So I am going to keep this as well. I really like that. The Cherry Balm, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Here we go. The Cherry Balm is actually a really nice cream blush. It's very pink, which is not normally my, jam, but I really do like this. This came in the Cherry collection, and it's a really nice blush. I don't use this every single day because the color is a little bit crazy. I do have very warm undertones, which is definitely why I gravitate more towards peaches and warm tone shades, but that's beautiful. And then I'm so sorry to say, I am keeping this one as well. This is the Blush Reloaded in the shade Future Flush Pink. This again is very pink. And again, not something I gravitate towards every day, but for those just off days where you want to do something different. I don't want to get to the point again where my makeup collection is just peaches. I want to have something different, and I want to have things that are outside my comfort zone a little bit. And this is a really affordable brand and I really like it, so I'm going to keep it. Okay, I think some of these are going to go. Not because I don't like the formula at all. So I got all 4 of these sent to me in PR. The other one is actually in my bronzer collection. So the shade Classy Cloudberry, I actually use as a bronzer and not a blush. So this is in my bronzer collection. And we have Pretentious Plum, which is a very, very deep, bright plum. We have the shade Fearless Fig, which is a very cool lilac. And then the shade Likeable Litchi as well. These are definitely suited towards more cool tone skin. Maybe not this one. This shade, Pretentious Plum, I actually do really like because it is a little bit more buildable than you expect it to be. It's not as crazy intense. I'm definitely going to keep this one because I think this is really, really nice. These evocative blushes have a little bit of a satin in there as well. Absolutely stunning. Yeah, I'm going to keep Pretentious Plum. That's nice. And it's not too crazy intense. These two I'm really not sure about. This one I feel looks a bit like a bruise on my skin. It's just a little bit off. And I can't really put my finger on it. I don't know what it is about this blush, but it's kind of grey. And for me and my skin tone, it doesn't really work. I think it would look so nice on a very cool tone skin tone, but because I do pull quite yellow, I just don't think this works for my skin tone, which is so annoying because I love the formula. The formula's amazing, but I think I'm gonna let that one go. And then the shade, what is this? Fearless Fig is this shade. This is a very unique shade in my collection, so maybe I'll keep it for uniqueness. This is very cool toned again, but I think for certain looks, I think it would be quite interesting to have. I do like playing around with different things, so I think that I'm going to keep that one just because it is so unique, but it's definitely not one that I would reach for all the time. So we've only got rid of one so far, which is a bit annoying, but that's okay. Right, let's do Catrice. This is going to be a crazy, crazy, crazy one. It's actually not as crazy as I thought it would be. Okay, there's only these in the Catrice section, and I think I'm going to get rid of quite a few of these. I love reviewing Essence and Catrice because they are such unpredictable makeup brands. Some things are incredible and some things are not. Let's just say that. Right, straight off the bat, these are gonna go. I really don't like these. These are from the Valentine's Who collection, and the packaging, oh god, the packaging is so stunning. It's this faux leather, pot. Oh my god, yes, love them. But they're just oily on the skin. They're oily. They do not have much pigment to them whatsoever, and it just kind of creates this, just oiliness on the cheeks. It's like you've just been sweating. It's not flattering. I think there's a massive difference between like a healthy glow and just being oily, and I don't like that. I have very dry skin anyway, and so like I don't really like the glowy makeup trend, but this is like a one step further than that. This is like absolutely insane, and so like no, I'm not reaching for these. I will never reach for these. Like, I don't want to reach for those. The only time I would ever reach for those is like a worst of beauty. But like I said before, I've got B-roll footage of them. So like, I don't actually need to keep them. There's a Catrice Underwater Secrets. I actually rolled this out of a Project 10 Uses recently. And you know what? I am going to get rid of it. It's nice. Like, it works really nicely. It works really, really well. But it's just not a formula that I'm reaching for. It's not a formula that I prefer. It is definitely a bit of a gimmicky product, and it's nice. Like, it dries down. It's a really nice flush of pink, but this kind of jelly, it's just not something that I want to reach for. Like, I'll reach for it for like a gimme product video or something like that, but my everyday life, no, I'm just not gonna be reaching for it. And like, I need to accept that, because like I can't keep everything. I've got to be like kind of semi-cutthroat. I know I've not been the most cutthroat recently, but I'm gonna try. I really am gonna try. Right, this one, oh, this really angered me. This catfished me so badly. This is the Catrice Spring in the City collection. This is their newest collection, and my first impressions was glowing on this. I loved this product so much. This blush is a really beautiful coral red color. Oh my god, stunning. And I thought that this highlight was a really blinding highlight, and I was so excited. And then I discovered that it's an overspray and that the highlight actually isn't that great. Like, look at that. Hello? I'm mad. I'm mad. So what I think I'm going to do is try and dupe this blush with my makeup collection, see if I have anything similar, and if I do, I'm going to declutter it. I have a feeling that one of these Odin's Eye blushes might be able to dupe it quite well. Oh, hello. Hello. Let's swatch it. I mean, they are pretty identical. I think the Odin's Eye is slightly redder, and then the Catrice is slightly pinkier. But honestly, like, yeah, see ya. I'm going to get rid of that one as well, because I'm definitely keeping this Odin's Eye. And I am actually going to keep this one. This is actually one that I gave a really bad initial review. I think I was just really annoyed at the whole Alice in Wonderland collection in general. But this is a beautiful peachy blush with a slight, like, almost purpley sheen to it. It is so stunning. I love this so much. This is the shade Curious Glow Alice in Wonderland Luminous Blush. It is beautiful. It provides such a nice sheen to the skin without being oily, without being too crazy. I love it. And on makeup days where I just want to, like, play around with my collection, I do reach for this one a hell of a lot. All right, so I hope I made up for my no decluttering in that round. I've now decluttered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 products. I did just hit my microphone then. I'm really sorry. Please forgive me. Right, 5 blushes gone. We've got a hell of a lot more to get through, so oh boy, let's just do it. Let's just do it, shall we? Let's do Essence. I have 3 Essence blushes. I think I'm going to keep all of these. I really, really like these. And yeah, Essence and Catrice are kind of sister brands anyway. So this is the Nuts About You. This is an overspray. Like, you can tell where I focus my brush. And to be honest, this might be another pretty good dupe for that. No, it's a little bit more pinky than the Catrice blush duo thing that I tried to dupe. But it's got a really nice sheen to it. It's got a really nice luminosity, but again, it's not too much. It's slightly reddier than some of my other blushes, but I really, really like that. So that's going to stay. The Essence Soft Baked Blush. This is one of their newer products. This is, look at that. Oh, this is stunning. This is so pretty. I love this so much. This is in the shade Think Pink. And I'm not the biggest pink girl when it comes to blushes, but this one's so pretty. You can use a very light hand with this and it's not going to look too crazy. But these soft baked blushes are absolutely brilliant. Like, oh my God, the whole collection that this came out with was unimaginably amazing. Like, Essence is such a strange brand. It's so hit or miss that, like, you don't actually know what you're gonna get. Either you're getting your new favorite product or you're getting absolute trash, and there's no in between. Then I have the classic blush crush in the shade, what shade is this? Too Deep Rose. I actually, again, have another one of these blush crushes, but I have this in my bronzer collection. I do use these more like brownie shades as bronzers, so, oh my God. So I just wanted to let you know about that one if you were wondering about that. But this shade is definitely a little bit more muted, and it's so pretty. Like, look at that. That is beautiful. Yeah, I'm gonna keep all three of those. They are done. Okay, let's do like miscellaneous drugstore, shall we? Yeah, why not? Is Kiko drugstore? Yeah, why not? Why not? This is the newest blush in my makeup collection. I really, really like this. Like, I did not expect to like this because this is a cream or like a liquid, more like, oh no. Oh no, it looks like I've just murdered someone. Okay, don't turn this upside down because, right, okay, that is interesting. I've never had a blush do that before, but that just proves my point. It is very, very liquidy. Okay, there's been a blush murder. Right, we're just going to ignore that. We're going to ignore that. We're going to take that little bit of fabric off screen, and we're going to pretend that did not happen. Do not hold these upside down. But this is a really nice flush. It's not like a colour, I don't think, on the skin, on my skin tone anyway. It doesn't necessarily look like I'm wearing a blush colour. It just looks like the most natural flush. And I think because it's got that hint of orange in it, it complements my warm undertones so unbelievably well. I was not expecting to love this so much. Like, I genuinely bought this. I was like, oh, that's going to be decluttered, but like, I'll do it for the video. But no, I really like that. So that's going to stay. Oh, I think all of these are going to stay. I'm such a sucker for drugstore products. The ColourPop Flirt Alert, this swatches awfully, but on the skin, it looks beautiful. Like, yeah. What the hell is that swatch? Like, what? Where even is that? But, like, I promise you, on the skin, beautiful. It's kind of reminding me of the Essence Blush Crush, but slightly, like, pinkier. Kind of, a little bit. I love it though. It is one of my oldest blushes in my collection, but like, she's pretty, so I'm gonna keep her. The Troublemaker Bouncy blush is so unique. This is a purple, but you can definitely sheer it down. Like, look at that. Are you kidding? This is like a few pounds. Mate, what? Like, it's incredible. It's so unique. It's so pretty. Obviously, I'm keeping that. I also bought this during my, like, I want to be different phase. This is the NYX Buttermelt blush in the shade Sooner the Butter. I don't reach for this that much, I have to admit, but if I want to, like, warm up a blush, this is what I reach for. If a blush is just looking a little bit too pink or a little bit too cool, I'll reach for this and I'll just kind of, like, you know, warm it up a little bit. I really like that. Maybe not on its own, but, like, yeah, I use it. I use it. This is a dupe for MAC Peaches. If you have MAC Peaches and you don't want to pay £30+ to replace it, get the Primark blush in the shade True Peach. Trust me, they are the exact same, and I will prove it to you. Okay, so Primark and MAC. I'm going to swatch them. Boom. Boom. MAC maybe is slightly orangier, but like, come on. On the skin, on the cheeks, you are not going to be able to see a difference. I am going to get rid of MAC Peaches. I've decided. I know that I've done that before and it's come creeping back into my makeup collection, but my friend now lives literally up the road from me, so I can just give it to her. I have like a whole like bag of makeup to give to her. I'm going to give that to her. So that's going to be Decluttered. I just have never understood the MAC craze for blushes. I love this one so much. Stunning, keeping the Primark, getting rid of MAC. And then I think my favorite blush ever. This does get neglected a little bit though. This is from Kiko. This is the Unexpected Paradise. It's so unique. It is so stunning though. This, stop it right now. Oh, it is absolutely beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's like this almost hint of like yellow on the skin, and that sounds awful. I know, I'm not doing this justice whatsoever, but trust me, it is so flattering. If you have a yellow undertone, I mean, this is discontinued now, so I don't know why I'm trying to sell it. Like, you can tell how old this is just from the packaging, but it is truly, truly magical. I love it so much. All right, let's talk about some creams. Ooh, if you've been on my channel, you will know that cream blush is not necessarily my favorite formula of blush, but that is okay. I am definitely a powder blush girl. I like a powder. It's just easier for me. And that is my makeup preference. Okay, I keep this one all the time, and it's because it's so unique and amazing. This is from Girls Cult. It's the Mood Blush, and this swatches horrendously. Like, I'm gonna try and swatch it for you guys. It swatches so badly. There you go. Yeah, I know. Just don't judge it, all right? It's a very subtle, like, gothy blush. That's the only way I can describe it. It's like this mulberry wine purple kind of shade, but it's subtle. And I have nothing like this in my makeup collection. I love that, so I am going to keep that. Okay, these ones. These are from the SpongeBob collection with Lethal Cosmetics. So that is the shade Mr. Krabs. And then this is the shade Gary. I think I'm going to get rid of Gary. Oh, God. They look very similar. Like, they look so similar. I think I'm going to get rid of Gary because I think I have other blushes in my collection very, very similar to this that are just powders, and like, I prefer a powder anyway. I think I still need to B-roll this though, so I obviously will B-roll that before I do get rid of it. But yeah, Gary, I think I can live without that, but I do really like Mr. Krabs. I don't really know why. I've started really enjoying this. It's slightly redder than Gary, slightly darker, and I think these jelly blushes, I think I need a deep one. I don't really gel well with the light ones because they're meant to be quite subtle anyway, and something that I really like about the Mr. Krabs shade is using it on the lips, just as a slight, like, warmth. A bit like what I do with my Buttermelt blush. I really like just warming up a lipstick a little bit with this because it's so light on the lips, like you can't even feel it at all. It is like just a nothing. I was trying to think of a word, like it's literally a nothing on the lips. You can't feel it at all. It just gives a very, very slight tint, and I really do like that. So I'm gonna keep Mr. Krabs and I'm gonna get rid of Gary, I think. Okay, next, Adored By. I think this is going to go as... Oh, God. I put a bit too much on there. I don't really have much like this in my collection, which is kind of making me go, like, do I really want to get rid of it? But then, like, I don't think I have much in my collection because, like, I don't really reach for it. Like, let's swatch that. I'm not going to tip this upside down again. I've learnt my lesson. Let's try and, like, see this one. I mean, that's very similar. You know, like that is so similar, and I prefer the NYX formula. So yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the Adored By. It's not like bad at all, but like I just don't reach for cream blushes, and like I have this one, which I prefer over this one. So I'm gonna get rid of that one. That is in the shade Heatwave. Really nice, like it's nice, but I just don't really reach for it. And then the Glow Hub Buff Blush. I have actually used this quite a few times, which is surprising because it's a cream and a very, very vibrant pink. But you know what? Like, I'm good. Like, I don't reach for this at all. I gotta be honest with myself. I just don't reach for it. So that's gonna go. I am intrigued to see if I have... Maybe the next blush is a kind of dupe for that. Kind of. A little bit. I think the Adored By is a little bit deeper. But I mean, you know, are you gonna really see that on the cheeks? Probably not. So yeah, I'm gonna get rid of some of those. I knew I was gonna get rid of quite a lot of cream blushes, to be honest. Like, they're just not my preferred formula. That is absolutely fine. Like, I'm very happy with that. I've still got 6 blushes left to talk about. So let's have a look at these. I have my Odin's Eye blushes. You can get some money off with code CAITLIN, and these are stunning. They do have shimmery shades that I don't like and that I have decluttered from my makeup collection just because the shimmer was like almost glitter, and like I don't really want a glittery blush, but the matte shades, stop it right now. They are absolutely stunning. We have this shade, which is a little bit more cool toned. This is the shade Pink Bloom, and that's what that one looks like. Very, very pigmented, so pretty. This is Lilac Mist. This is such a nice, just like spring blush. I love that all over the cheeks for spring. It just adds this like beautiful flush. This is one I'm a little bit scared of, I'm not gonna lie, and I think we all know why. Like, that's kind of intense, but I love it. That is Radiant Flame. How unique, how stunning. And then this is the one that I duped the Catrice blush with. This is Luminous Heat, and this is more of like a reddy orangey shade. I love those shades of blush. They are so pretty. I'm keeping all of those. As I said before, I did declutter the shimmer ones, and I just kept the ones that I would reach for, and I still reach for them, so I'm happy about that. Okay, and 2 more blushes left to talk about. This is Fenty's Sangria Sunset and Mimosa Sunrise. I'm not gonna lie, I'm keeping this purely for like memories. I wanted this so badly. And then this is one of my like absolute favorite indie blushes. This is from Attraction Cosmetics. This is the shade Affirmation. And then at the bottom, there's the most blinding highlight known to man. It is absolutely stunning. Like, I love both of these products, so I am going to be keeping both of these. Okay, let's have a count at how many blushes I have managed to declutter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blushes decluttered. Considering I had a mega makeup declutter in December, I think that is really, really good. I'm really, really happy with that number, and I just feel like a weight has been lifted from my shoulders. Like, I know that putting my blushes back in my collection is going to be so nice. It's going to be such a nice experience. So this is my little organization section that goes in my makeup drawers. Then I have a new in highlighter. And then these 4 have been in an everyday makeup drawer. And then this is just too big to fit anywhere. So let's start with everyday makeup drawer and like new in first, shall we? Just because it's here and they're kind of loose products and we can really, really start talking about them. So I have my Ofra Glaze Donut. This is well used and well loved, and I love it so much. I would love to finish this at some point, but I think there's like a crazy amount of grams in here. I don't know, I can't see. Maybe I'm just blind, but I can't find it on the packaging. But you can see I've made some really, really good progress on this, so I don't think like it's going to be an impossible task. It'll definitely be a challenge and a half for sure, but I think it's going to be really, really good, like amazing feeling when this has been finished. So hopefully really, really soon, well, not really, really soon, but hopefully like in the foreseeable, like possibly this could be finished. But this is a really nice icy highlighter. I like that. So that's going to stay. These Odin's Eye highlighters, I'm going to talk about these like straight away. I use these more as eyeshadows, not as highlighters, but they do stay in my highlight collection just because, I mean, they are kind of highlighters, but I never know where to put these really. But this is the shade Subtle Radiance, and I do have a 10% discount code with Odin's Eye. If you are interested, it is code CAITLIN. So look, I mean, look at that. This isn't a highlight to me. This is like a really sparkly eyeshadow. So that is Subtle Radiance. That's like a really, really vibrant white with some like pink and green sparkles in there. Absolutely stunning. Then I have Dim Glow. This is more of a green shade. And that is Dim Glow, as you can see there. Like, how stunning is that? And then we have Moon Tears. I think this is my favorite shade. This is like a brownie bluey color. That is that. Like, that is an eyeshadow. Are you joking me right now? It is beyond stunning. Absolutely love it. And then Star Legend is more of a pinky shade. So as you can see, they're not highlighters. Like, for me, these are not highlighters. They're just way too intense. But as eyeshadows and like topper shades, oh my goodness me, I absolutely adore them. So I am going to keep them, but as I said, I don't really see them as highlighters. This is my newest highlight in my collection. This is in my new in drawer. This is the Revolution Icon Highlight Trio. I do also have a discount code for Makeup Revolution as well, if you are interested. I really, really like this. I don't really like the cream because it's just like a clear, like one of those clear gel kind of creams. It's like not really there, but this is a really vibrant white. And then this is a beautiful like blue to purple duochrome. Absolutely stunning. I've been loving getting to know that. It is such a good highlighter. That was in my top 3 makeup products that I tried this month. Really fab. The Colourpop Flexitarian is a classic. I'm, of course, going to keep this. This is crazy impactful, but as you can see, a lot smoother than those Odin's Eye. I prefer my highlights to be very, very smooth and not like glittery. So that's my differentiation between like a good eyeshadow versus a good highlight, in my opinion. Of course, everyone's makeup taste is so different, and that's what I love about makeup, and that's what I love about making content, because you guys can tell me your preferences and I can tell you mine. And then the Lethal Conjuring, I think I'm gonna let go of this just because I never really reach for it. It's quite a unique shade. I think if you have deeper skin, this would look like incredible because it's got almost like a red base to it. It's really interesting, but it does have a lot of that like glitteriness that I'm not really keen on as well. So I think I am gonna let this one go. As stunning as this is, it's just not my personal preference. But yeah, deeper skin, or if you like a bit more of a glittery highlighter, I think this is going to be so up your street and so beautiful. I can definitely see that there is a market for that, and I can see that it is unique and nothing like anything I've used, which is great. But like for me, that's not quite what I want. Okay, now let's move on to my main highlight collection, shall we? I'm thinking of just like taking them all out and then like just figuring it out from there. Like no rhyme or reason at all. I'm just gonna like go for it and I hope for the best. I have got quite a few. There was a time when I first started my YouTube channel where I had like over 40 highlighters, which is mental. Like that is way too many highlighters. So I'm not as crazy as I was back then, but I think that was the time of highlight, really, wasn't it? So I'll let myself off with that one. Okay, so let's start talking about some products. The Benefit Cookie Highlighter. This is cruelty-free now. I mean, this product technically isn't because it was bought a long time ago, but Benefit is now officially cruelty-free, which is incredible. What is this little bit of like plastic? Is this like a thing that I can peel off? I've never noticed that. Oh my goodness. I've only had it for years. Oh my gosh, look at that. Wowie, look at me go. But I do have a pan in this. I would love to finish this at some point. It's like such a classic highlight product. It's so blinding and so beautiful. And now cruelty-free, like look at that. I do think that highlighters have kind of moved on since this. This was like the absolute blindingest, that's not a word, blindingest, the most blinding highlight back in like the day. But I do think like even Colourpop Flexitarian is a little bit more blinding than this now. But I mean, it's still gorgeous. It's a classic, and I feel like this is like a proper collection kind of product, so I am going to keep that. The Nabla Skin Glazing in Ozone, I'm also going to keep this. I really like this. I wasn't a fan of the bronzer, but this is like such a beautiful, really smooth, product, and I really, really like it. I love how smooth and just like blinding this is. I didn't like the bronzer because it's almost like a gelée formula, and I'm not the biggest fan of gelée like bronzers, but when it comes to highlighters, I think it's absolutely stunning. I think it just gives such a smooth look to the skin. So I am going to keep that one. I'm going to keep my Kimchi Pill Gone Wild. We all know I'm going to keep this one. This is like an absolute favorite. This is a blue to purple, really blinding highlighter. This does have a little bit of like, not glitter to it, but like pieciness, like texture. It's definitely not glitter because like there is no glitter in this product, but I mean, for a fun makeup day, that is absolutely my jam. I absolutely love blue. I love purple and things like that. So this on the cheeks is just like magical and beautiful and gorgeous. And I love that so, 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 so much. I'm going to let go of the Sleek because this has long been discontinued. And as beautiful as this is, like, are you joking me? Like, it is stunning, but it just serves absolutely no purpose, especially when I have such a big makeup collection and I've got so many beautiful products. There's no point keeping hold of this when you can't buy it. It's been discontinued for years. Like Sleek, I've not heard from Sleek in years and years and years. So like, what is the point in keeping this? It's just not serving a purpose. So I am going to let go of that. I was holding on to it for the longest time because like, look at it. It's stunning. It's beautiful. But like, I can't just keep hold of things because they're pretty. I get so many products sent in PR and, you know, I test a bunch of things. There's no point keeping things that just don't serve a purpose anymore. And I get so much enjoyment from all of these other products that it's like, why am I keeping this? You know, why? Next, we're going to talk about the NYX Simpsons highlighter. This is stunning. This is one of my newest highlighters. I really, really like this. I've done a full collection review of the whole Simpsons NYX collection on my channel if you are interested. This is a two-toned highlighter. We've got some pink and then we've got some like champagne as well. Love this. I use the champagne as like a typical highlight and then I use the pink as like a blush topper. And I love this so much. I was a little bit nervous about this makeup collection, but I really love everything that I tried in it. It is such a solid, solid collection. And yeah, really blinding, really beautiful. So I am going to keep that one as well. I'm, of course, going to keep the Buttermelt highlighter. This is so stunning. Oh my goodness, I forgot about my cream products as well. It's a good job I realised. Here we go. I've got some cream highlighters. It just reminded me because it's the Buttermelt and I have a Buttermelt stick highlight. So yeah, I'm going to obviously go through those as well. But this is fantastic. It's so hard to open. Oh my gosh. There we go. I got it. This is so stunning. Really vibrant, really impactful, like really, really good highlight. Very, very smooth. I know a few of these formulas are not smooth, so please be careful. This is just the highlighter, but I think they have highlight toppers in this range, which are really like glittery. So I don't want you to get like a really glittery highlight if you don't like that. So please just like read the descriptions. But this one is the shade Brighten Butter and like it's so stunning. This is what I want in a highlight. It's blinding, it's smooth, it's like pale. Yes, that's what I love. So I will be keeping that one as well. I'll talk about the creams, I think, at the end. I'm going to like get all the powders done first, I think. I'm going to let go of this. This is from Catrice and the Alice in Wonderland collection. This is the Diamond Haze highlighter. It's lovely, but it takes so much work to put on the skin. It's not even funny. You have to swirl your brush or your finger in this for ages to be able to get any amount of payoff. And I mean, it's pretty. It's like one of those pinky bluey kind of shades, but I have a very, very similar shade now in the Revolution Icon Highlight Trio. And it's like half the work. I think the Revolution one's more blue, but like that's okay. But like the work that goes into this, it's almost like it permanently has hard pan on it. And I don't want that. Like, obviously, it's just a lot. And like, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal to just like keep swirling the brush in for an extra like 10 seconds. But when I have such a huge makeup collection, like it's like little things like this that really do make such an impact. So I'm gonna get rid of that. Like, I don't want that. It's so much faff. It's just work. And I don't want it. I don't want it at all. No, I'm not doing it. The Revolution Highlight Reloaded. This is a beautiful, like very pale, like off-whitey kind of shade, which again is perfect for what I want in a highlighter. Very, very smooth, very, very blinding. It's about £4, which is absolutely crazy. I love drugstore makeup so much. Like, you can probably tell from my collection, like drugstore products are where it's at for me. I love drugstore products. So yeah, I think you can get really solid products for not much money at all. And this is definitely one of them. Really like that. I will keep that one. Let's talk about the Pastel Roses. This is an indie brand. This is the Glow Impact highlighter. Oh my gosh, if I could open it. There we go. This one's a little bit thicker. So if you like the like thicker, more intense highlights, I mean, look at that. Are you joking me right now? If you overload this on the cheeks, it can look quite thick and emphasize some texture. But if you use a very, very light hand, I mean, stop it right now. I do have a discount code. It is code CAITLIN20. I don't get paid from that code, so that's just for you guys. But look at how crazy and stunning and impactful that is. Like, that's probably my most intense highlighter in my collection. It is absolutely insane. I need to use this more. I've not used this in ages, and it's an absolute crime. So I'm definitely going to reach for that. And that's what I love about these declutters as well. It kind of reintroduces me to my makeup collection, which is absolutely fab. I've been going back and forth on this for literally years at this point. This is from Go-Go Tales. This has the worst hard pan ever, and it is actually not funny. You can see where I have to like scrape off all of the hard pan. It is really, really annoying, and I am going to make the decision to declutter this, I think. Like, even trying to swatch it, I can't get a good swatch because of the hard pan. But, I mean, look at that. It's like a clear base with the most beautiful, like really fine sparkles. And oh my goodness me, it's so stunning. If it wasn't for the hard pan, I would be keeping this a bazillion %. However, like the hard pan just like it ruins it. And every time I have to like scrape off the hard pan. And again, like the Catrice highlighter, I have so many highlights in my makeup collection. Why am I like bending over backwards for this one? It just doesn't make sense. Like, I've been holding on to it for so long, but like it's gotta go. It's not serving me purpose anymore. And I keep not reaching for it because I know I'm gonna have an absolute nightmare of a time with it. So I'm gonna let it go. It is stunning. I just wish they could figure out the hard pan situation because I never have that with any other highlighters. Just that one. It's so frustrating because it's so beautiful. But I feel like this can be a replacement. This is the Nuts About You from Essence. It's a very similar product. As you can see there, it's a little bit like more glittery almost, like the little fine glimmers are a little bit chunkier in the Essence one, but this does not get hard pan whatsoever, and it's just so similar. You can see there, it's a very similar vibe. Clear base with like really intense sparkles to make like a wet look on the skin. So if I can just like dip my brush into this one and have no issues, like why am I keeping this one? You know what I mean? So I am going to keep this one, get rid of the Go-Go Tales, and so I do definitely still have a similar product in my makeup collection, but like one that I'm not crying whenever I use it. Okay, 2 powder highlights left, then I do have the creams. So the Catrice Space Glam is a duochrome highlighter, which is really cool. It's a pink, like ultraviolet almost color. It is so stunning. I don't wear like pinks that often. However, like draping this into my blush works so well, and that's what I really like. If I'm doing like a really fresh, like spring look, draping this all over my cheeks and then into my highlight. I absolutely love it like that. So I am going to be keeping that. It is real stunning. And obviously Catrice is a really affordable brand, which I love reviewing here on my channel. And finally, for powder highlights, it's the Mitchell. I'm going to let go of this. This shade is like, it's just baffling to me. Like, it's baffling. Some people have said maybe it's for deeper skin, but like it's literally grey. So like this is going to look really ashy and weird on deeper skin. It doesn't look good on me. I don't know what is going on. This pale shade I do really like. Like I really like that. But it's so chunky. It's huge. And like I've got other things. Like look at this hand. I've got so many other beautiful highlighters that like I don't need this. So I am going to let go of this. I think the formula is great, and if both of these shades worked for me, I would probably keep it and like enjoy it a lot more. But like what is that? Like no, I'm not even going to entertain it anymore. It's been a thing on my channel for ages. I just don't want to deal with it, so I'm not going to. Okay, let's talk about Mitchell Drip Drip. I'm getting rid of this. I'm finally strong enough to do it. I know, well, is this a highlight? Kind of, I don't know. I thought I'd put it in this video. But you pop it on the eyes. I use this as an eyeshadow. You pop it on the eyes, right? And then you just like twist the lid back on. And then you try and blend it out. Oh, look, it's stuck. It's already dried. So like you have to like scrub it to try and get an even application, and now it's just stuck on my finger. Like it just sticks and then it dries and it doesn't go anywhere. Like what? It's so frustrating and annoying. I really don't like this. I really liked the concept of it, like just having like a wash of beautiful shimmery like glitter on the eyes is such a beautiful look. But I have like all of my Odin's Eye ones now that like do the exact same thing without all the hassle. So I'm finally letting go of this. I used to absolutely love this, but like I just can't handle the faff, so that's going. Unfortunately, my Squidward highlighter from the SpongeBob collection is also gonna go. I just don't really get on with this. It's a greeny blue highlight, which is really fun, but I don't know, I feel like it kind of blends out into nothing. Like, you see what I mean? It's kind of disappeared. And I know these jelly highlighters are a little bit more subtle, but I don't know. I need more than that. I need more than that. And I think especially because it's like a green color, it can't be sheer. You know, if it's sheer, it just kind of looks a bit, if you're going to do a green highlight, it's got to be a green highlight and it's got to like stand by it 100%. But yeah, it just kind of shears out into like not much, and I need more than that. I think I am going to keep my NYX Buttermelt stick just because I would like at least one cream highlight in my collection. And if I let go of this, then I don't have any. So I think I will keep it. It's nice. It's okay. Like you can see it's pretty blinding there, but it does again blend out into not that much. But I think just for like every day, if I'm doing like a really simple makeup look, this could be really nice. And then just for content, because I do obviously make YouTube and TikTok and Instagram videos and things like that. For content, if there's ever like a cream product challenge or a cream product trend or something like that, it is really beneficial to have. I actually think the marketing let this product down. The marketing was like promoting it as this like crazy, impactful, gleaming highlighter, and it's just not. And I think a lot of people were disappointed with that, but I am going to keep it because like, yeah, just for content and things like that. So I've got rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 highlight products, which I think is really good. I'm really happy about that. Let's jump into it. There are a few brands like Beauty Bay and Juvia's Place who technically are indie, but I'm gonna count them as drugstore because they're kind of like mainstream indie and they are sold in like drugstore areas. So yeah, just because the indie video is gonna be absolutely insane, I'm gonna try and like, you know the drill. I don't have to explain it. It's all right. Okay, first, I'm going to whiz through these because as we all know, I'm keeping all my ColourPop palettes. I love the like rainbow aspect of these, even though these aren't used that much by me, which is a real shame. I just love having just the option of like any color that I could possibly imagine. So yeah, I am going to keep all my ColourPop palettes. I have decluttered a few in the past, but the main like collection of the Rainbow series, I do really enjoy. Just in case I'm doing a specific look and I need a specific color, I know I've got them all here. So this is Main Squeeze. That's currently in a everyday makeup drawer. I have the Orange You Glad, which obviously is more orange, more neutral leaning. I think this might be my least used palette in this collection, just because if I'm gonna do color, it's gotta be color. I feel like this is like colorful neutral, which I don't really reach for. And to be honest, I don't reach for warm tones that much. However, I'm going to keep it because like I said before, I like having the option there. Oh my gosh, get that out of frame. I've got the Aha Honey. This is so stunning and beautiful. I love a pop of yellow. Like, yes, love a pop of yellow. So that's beautiful. Just My Look is greens. I did do actually a B-roll with this, which is great. I am trying to B-roll every single eyeshadow palette in my makeup collection, which is going to be an absolute ordeal. Like, it's going to be a really, really long project. But this is one that I have finally got around to B-rolling, and I don't know, it kind of set off a bit of a chain reaction, to be honest. I kept reaching for greens after I'd filmed with this, and like it set off this like love of greens. I don't know. I have also B-rolled the Aha Honey as well, which is absolutely fab. I have the High Tide, which is more teal, like tealy, greeny, bluey shades, which is beautiful. I don't reach for this that often either. Like these, like I do need to get to know these a little bit more. I do definitely need to like, I don't know, just use them a bit. Like I love them so much, but they do get a little bit like, I don't know, buried. I think it's because in eyeshadow palettes, I love having options. And so obviously with a monochrome palette, it's a lot harder to have options. It's a lot harder to create like a color story rather than just blue, you know? But hey, I still really enjoy them. This is my blue palette. You can see I've got two major pans in here, which is absolutely amazing. These two shades were in a Pan That palette last year. And also, I think Starry, yeah, Starry-Eyed has a pretty big dip in it. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to tell because it is a bit more of a pale shade. But this was also in a project pan, big, big, big dip in there. Like these two shades are stunning. I love them so much. And I would like to finish them at some point, but I don't know. I'm not being very good with my colourful shades in my Pan That palette this year. I'm not going to lie. I've been slacking quite a bit, and hopefully I don't want to do that. I really don't, because I do love colourful shades. I think it's just because I'm so busy. Like, I'm so busy. It's ridiculous. Okay, some purples. This is the It's My Pleasure. Purple isn't my thing, really, but I do like this palette again, just for if I need a specific colour, I'll dip into that. Making mauves was definitely a learning experience. I was like, no, I don't like pink. I don't like mauves. Like, this palette isn't going to be used by me. And then I used it, and then I really, really loved it. Like, it's a palette that I've really, really learned to love. And it's one of those palettes that, like, I've got to really think about when I use it, but I already know that I'm going to love the look that this makes. And it's pink enough where it's like, it is pink, but it's not too pink to where I feel like really girly and Barbie, which is not what I want. I don't want to feel girly and Barbie. That's not my thing at all. But this kind of merges the line between the two worlds. And so I do really like that. Next we have, oh, look at her. She's beaten up. Oh, after talking about so many palettes that like haven't been used that much, it's really nice to open this one and just see the absolute carnage. This was Pan That palette last year. Apart from 1, 2, 3 shades, they were replaced with the blue shades that I spoke about earlier. But yeah, I would love to finish more of these shades. This shade Pebble Beach was completely finished by me. And then obviously you can see like a lot of use on the rest of the shades. I'd love to maybe revisit this in the future. Maybe just 1, 2, 3, 4 shades. Maybe what I'll do next year, this just popped into my head. Let me know if you want to see this. I might literally just have 1, 2, 3, 4 shades as a pan that palette, because I feel like that is going to really allow me to use my wider makeup collection, not have like a specific palette that I'm working on, have just shades that I want to finish. I think I'll pop this shade in there as well, and just like have that as my pan that palette, because it's not going to be too crazy at all. Like, these shades do take forever to try and finish, so I think that's going to be a little bit of like an issue, but I've already got like a bunch of the way there, and I feel like it's just gonna like allow me a bit more freedom to like, you know, review more eyeshadow palettes and like do more things if I'm working on a palette that already has a year of use on it. I don't know. I really want to finish this one this year, to be honest. I think I can do it because the lid setting shade in my Pan That palette right now is like flying by. So I don't know, that's definitely a thought for later on in the year, but I just thought I'd mention it. That's definitely an option. And then at the back, this is from NYX. This is obviously not Colourpop, but this is a beautiful palette. I love this thing so much. This is the Ultimate Jean Baby palette. It's got blues, it's got taupes, like it's just an ideal palette for me. I absolutely love this thing, and yeah, I need to use it more because it is really neglected. I think because it's in the back of my drawers, things do sometimes get a little bit neglected down there, but yeah, it's beautiful. It really, really is. So no declutters there, which I was expecting, to be honest. I knew that my Colourpop collection is near and dear to my heart. I've kind of got rid of the palettes that maybe aren't as loved by me. This is going to go back in my everyday makeup drawer. Yeah, I got rid of the Baroque palette, the Frozen 2 Elsa palette, and I think that's it. So now I just have these, which I do really, really enjoy. So I'm sorry, bit of a rubbish start. Okay, next we have some Makeup Revolution palettes. These are the 3 that I own, and I do like these too. Oh no, I like these palettes as well. This is the Icon. What is this? The Vibrant Icon palette. This is so good. This is a beautiful palette if you're trying to get into color but you don't really know what to do. Just like doing a monochrome look with like one of these rows and like a big chunky winged eyeliner. Oh yeah, with chunky lashes. Oh, absolutely incredible. So stunning. I do need to use this more. I'm going to say that so much in this video, and I apologize in advance because like I'm just going to keep saying it. But I do like it, and it's a really nice palette to have in my collection. I do have a discount code with Makeup Revolution. I'll pop it up on screen if you are interested in that. It gets you 10% off, and I do earn 5% back on that as well, just to be fully transparent with you guys. But like, I think this is a really nice beginner-friendly, colourful palette, and I'm all about colour on this channel, so I think I am going to keep this one. I don't really know about these two. This one is very, very different. This is a stack. And it's really interesting. This is more of like a cherry color story, which normally I'm not really in the mood for. I said before, colors like this, like pinky, reddy shades, aren't normally my thing, but you know what? I really, really like this little stack. I feel like this is like edgy, reddy pinks, you know? It's not girly, girly Barbie reddy pinks, and that's like, you know, that's not what I'm into, and that's absolutely fine. A lot of people don't like it when I say I'm not into pinks. I'm just not into pinks. It's just a personal preference. Like, it's not that deep, I promise. I'm not misogynistic. I've heard people call me misogynistic for not liking pink eyeshadow. What? Like, girl, calm down. You might not like blue, and that's okay. Like, we're good. We're all friends here. But like, I feel like I can get away with these. I feel like I can feel like me wearing these shades because they're not like super vibrant, saturated, pinky shades. So yeah, I am going to keep that. I do really, really enjoy that. Oh my god, I got a new watch, by the way, and obviously I've got Stan on it. Duh. This is for the dance studio because I always lose my phone in the dance studio. If you don't know, I'm a choreographer. I always lose my phone in the dance studio, so now I can play music on this. It's been a lifesaver. I think I will get rid of this. I really like it. I love the greys in here, but the shimmers are a little bit like lackluster. Like, they're not the absolute best. I think for a beginner-friendly palette, or if you're not really into blues, this is really, really pretty, and I think you'll have a really good time with this because it's not too intense. Obviously, there's grays here that can kind of tone it down and neutralize it a little bit, and then these like pops of blue are really, really fun to play around with, and they're not too crazy. So there's definitely like a market for this. There's definitely a way of using this that is like absolutely beautiful and incredible, and I can definitely appreciate that. But for me, like, I love a blue, so you know, I'm gonna get rid of it. Like, oh, that hurts a little bit, but you know what, I think that was for the best, and I need to get rid of something, you know, like I can't just keep everything. That's ridiculous. All right, now we have Beauty Bay. Like I said before, I kind of know that Beauty Bay is indie, is it? I don't know. I think it's like independently run and all that kind of stuff. But because it's so mainstream, I'm just going to put them in the drugstore section of this video because indie is going to be absolutely crazy. So the more I can put in this video, the better. Right, first let's talk about the Wonderscape. Oh, I can't open it. Oh my God. Ah, there we go. I'm going to get rid of this. I've not been like shy in the fact that I don't really like this. This is a palette where it's very like one and done or two and done. I'm not that kind of person, and I just I don't gel with it like at all. And I look at this and I don't really know what to do. A sign that I'm really uninspired by a palette is when I get a palette with a bunch of colors and I just use the neutrals. Like these two shades here, I use all the time with this shade. Like that's all I use this palette for. And like that's when you can kind of tell like, oh, and it's not like I enjoy doing it. It's not like I just love these shades so much, like a palette I'm going to talk about next. It's just because I'm uninspired and I don't know what else to do with it. So I'm going to film my B-roll and then I am going to let this go. That is something that I'm going to say as well. All of these like decluttered palettes, I will be B-rolling still so that I can get them out of my collection and that I can still kind of talk about them and show them in action and just things like that. My little B-roll series has been an absolute lifesaver recently because it means that I can get rid of things while still showing you guys the product, and I don't have to just like mention the palette without having the palette. Even though I don't have the palette, I can still show you guys, and so I'm really, really excited about my declutter series and about my B-roll series as well, because like they're gonna work hand in hand together and hopefully make my life a hell of a lot easier. So yeah, this is going to go. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Honestly, that was a palette that was just kind of clinging on. So yeah, that's gonna go. Next, we have Desert Haze. This is a really pretty palette, and I do, again, use these two neutrals the most. However, it's not like the Wonderscape palette. I genuinely love these two neutrals. I don't know why. I'm not a neutral girl, but these two neutrals I use all the time. And for the B-roll of this palette, I am also using these two shades. Like I had to. This is a palette that I always wear when, you know, when someone says, right, you got to dress up nice. We're going somewhere nice. You got to look pretty. You got to look good. I reach for this palette and I reach for those two neutrals, the shades Scorched and Fennec, because I just know that they suit me so well. And I've never noticed that, like, with any other palette. Normally, I'm such a neutral hater, and I'm not a hater. I've grown a bit more accustomed to neutrals in my old age, but I do feel like I'm liking them a lot more now. But yeah, I do like it. I don't think it's my absolute favorite thing in the world, but I am going to keep it. This is in my No Pan Left Behind right now, so I am going to pop that to the side to go back in my everyday makeup drawer. Oh, here she is, the start of 2026. This is my Pan That palette. This is Book of Magic. And you can tell I've got a lot of love on this. A lot of love on this palette. When I was talking about the shade in the That's Taupe palette, the lid setting shade, I was talking about this one. So hopefully my plan is to finish this shade and then move on to the That's Taupe palette and hopefully try and finish off that lid setting shade this year. That would be incredible if I could do that. I really want to finish these neutral shades, and then the rest, it's just like, let's play around. I know I'm not going to finish like all of these like crazy colors, like bright teals and bright purples, and that's okay. I've kind of wanted to take the pressure off myself when it comes to finishing an entire eyeshadow palette, especially when there's 20 shades in here, and I think each of these shades is more than a gram as well, which is just crazy to try and finish. So yeah, I'm excited. I know I'm gonna finish Vanish, Manifest, and Amulet. I'm starting to work on the shade Alchemy as well. I really want to finish this one really, really soon. It's got a massive dip in there, so I think it won't be that hard. And then, yeah, I'm just playing around. I'm having a really good time with this palette. Something that is very different with this palette than That's Taupe is that I can actually see the pan expansion. That's Taupe, I would use those shades over 300 times and they would still barely look used. This one is the opposite. Every month I update this, I can see the pan expansion. I'm excited and like it's like rewarding me almost. So I'm really, really happy about that. I really do like this palette. It's an old one, but I finally got the guts to pan it. So obviously I am going to be keeping that. The Wilderness is in my, wait, it just rolled out actually, of my everyday makeup drawer. And I have B-rolled this as well. I'm feeling really good about this palette. It is a stunning palette. The reds are not so great, but everything else is really, really beautiful. This is just a lovely autumn kind of palette and I really, really like it. It's a really good one. I love contrasting color stories. So the blues mixed with the like yellows and the reds are stunning to me. The teals are absolutely amazing and so vibrant and impactful. Like I really, really like this. This is one of their discontinued palettes, which absolutely sucks. I hate how Beauty Bay discontinue things all the time. Like, why? Why? I know they were going out of business, like, temporarily. It was a bit touch and go. I genuinely think that if they'd have re-released Wilderness, Book of Magic, like, Desert Light, no, what was it? It was the, like, really bright, punchy one that I owned, like, years ago. I genuinely think if they'd have just, like, done a re-release, a limited re-release of those original palettes, they'd have been back on their feet in no time. Like, honestly, I really do. But, like, this is so beautiful. I love this so much. So I am going to be keeping that. Okay, the Dark Lights. I'm going to declutter this. Oh, I'm going to let this one go. I just don't really like it. There's way too many shimmers in here. Like, whoever designed this palette needs to calm down. Like, there are so many shimmers and I like a shimmer, don't get me wrong. Like, I love a shimmery eyeshadow, but like, I need to build my look before I put a shimmer on. Like, I need to build the mattes and I need to like build a base, put a foundation down for my eye look and then add a shimmer on top of that. This is just shimmer. Like, I don't know what to do because it's just all shimmer. And, like, it's such a shame. I wish that there was, like, I always say this, but I wish this was, like, a vibrant chartreuse matte or something. Like, give me some options because even the mattes are very, very similar to each other. So, yeah, I don't know. I wish that there was something a little bit different about this palette. Like, it just really does confuse me. And, like, I don't like this many shimmers in a palette. I'm definitely more of a matte girl. I think at least it should be 50-50. I mean, preferably more mattes than shimmers. This is the opposite. This is absolutely crazy shimmer central. So that's going to go as well. And then Botanical. This is a palette that is neglected quite a lot by me. This could be a really nice pan matte palette, to be honest. It would definitely push me out my comfort zone, but I think I could get a lot of really good use on this palette. I know Beauty Bay is a lot easier to pan than other palettes. Colourpop, like, what we doing, girl? But I think where I'm struggling with my pan that palette this year is that there is only a very, very, like, select handful of neutrals. Where this palette, there's quite a lot of neutral shades that I think I could get a lot of use out of, and I think I could really, really enjoy. And then there's just like a splash of color. I feel like this is the opposite of the Book of Magic in a way. Like, this is a neutral palette with a splash of color, whereas the Book of Magic is a colorful palette with a splash of neutrals. And I think like maybe that is holding me back with pan that palette just a little bit. But you know what? I'm still happy. I'm still enjoying it. But this is definitely a contender for pan pan that palette. And I think it'd be really nice because I am starting from new almost. I have obviously used it and played around with it and like really enjoyed it, but I am definitely starting from a place of like no pans, no real dips or anything like that. So it's definitely something that I am gonna look into in the future. I think it's a beautiful palette, and this actually holds some real sentimental value as well, because this is the first like review video that like really did well on my channel, and I was like so excited. And yeah, I'm always grateful if you did buy this palette from my like affiliate links. Like, oh my goodness me, like you actually made me cry. So yeah, they're my Beauty Bay palettes. I got rid of 2, which is great. I'm really excited about that. Okay, I have my Troublemaker Playground palette. I really like this as well for £10. Like, girl, this is £10. Oh, it's hard to open. There we go. This is £10, which is absolutely mad, but I'm so excited about it. This is truly wonderful, and I don't know how they have got this quality with like this price tag. Like, are you actually joking? I constantly say I want to get I think the Moony palette, or like the neutral cool tone shade. There's like a smoky neutral palette that I really, really want from Troublemaker, because I've fallen in love with this formula. I think this formula is absolutely stunning and beautiful, and I'm so excited about this brand. I really want them to release like an actual collection. I feel like with Troublemaker, they kind of drip and drab a few like new products here and there, but they don't do actual like full-on collections, which I would love to see from them, like a themed collection. Yes, please. That's what I would love to see. But I mean, this palette is absolutely gorgeous, and especially going into summer now as well. I'm really excited to play around with it, and like just the quality of this makes me so happy. I think drugstore makeup should be really, really scared of Troublemaker in like a good, well, not really a good way for them, but a good way for us as consumers. I feel like Troublemaker is really pushing the quality of the drugstore up, and I'm really excited to play around with this and to use this even more. Okay, and the final palettes that I have, that's Indie. Oh my god, I'm not wearing makeup! Ah, don't look at me! I mean, I'm definitely wearing makeup. Yes, let's get this out the way. I'm not in my onesie, and I'm definitely wearing makeup. Hey! You know what? It's a bank holiday. Leave me alone. I love this. I was not expecting to love this. This is from Catrice. It's the Alice in Wonderland palette. Now, this is a dupe of the Mario Moonlight, I think, palette, which I'm not all about. I don't like dupes, but you know what? Whatever. I didn't know at the time, and I bought it, and it's here now. It's in my collection. Okay, we'll deal with it. I'm not a neutral girl, but again, this is stunning. Like, this is so beautiful. This shade, Curious Adventure, creases so bad. So, like, don't buy this palette for this shade, even though it is stunning and gorgeous. It will crease on you. If you have a crease in your eyelid, RIP you. Like, it's not gonna look good. But the rest of this palette is really, really nice. And again, possible Pan That palette contender for the future. I think this would be a great Pan That palette, because it's only got one colourful shade in here, and I feel like I could utilize that really, really well. But then again, it is quite new in my collection. So, like, do I want to pan a palette that is so new? Like, oh, that's my kind of thought process there. But I really, really love this. I think this is so stunning as like a very neutral everyday palette. Really, really good. It is quite cool toned apart from this shade here. Like, if you covered this shade up, it's very, very cool, which like I like a cool tone look. But sometimes like it can pull a little bit too cool depending on like the day and the vibe and what you're going for. So just keep that in mind if you are like interested in this. I think this is fabulous though. This was one of the best palettes that I tried last year, and I was shocked to say that, because not only is it Catrice, and Catrice can be extremely hit or miss, but it's also a neutral palette, and like, what? What the fluff? Yeah, let's talk about what the fluff. Oh my god, this is going. Oh, this is going. I really don't like this. I kind of knew I wouldn't like this palette, and I bought it anyway to review it. And shocker, I don't like it. Oh my goodness me, who'd have thought? I know, what a shock. It's just bland. I find this so bland, and the colours are just like, eh. You know, like I don't like this palette at all. The quality is like fine. This shade is really sparkly and beautiful. It's just that one there. But like the rest of the shades are just not. So like I'm gonna get rid of this. This was like typical drugstore quality that you expect like a few years ago. This is not 2026 drugstore quality at all. And when you compare this to palettes like the Troublemaker palette, for example, like you really start to see how just how. I'm gonna leave that sentence there. Then I have one of my newest palettes. I think maybe the newest palette. This pisses me off. I'm not gonna lie. This little like lick thing, annoying. But I am gonna keep this because I do actually really like this. This is from NYX. It's the Simpsons collection or Simpsons palette. And I really like it. I love a contrasting color story. And more specifically, I love a blue and a yellow together. Here we go. And then these neutral shades are really, really pretty as well. This brown can blend itself out really nicely. And again, possible pan that palette contender. I think I'd have a great time with this. I think I have learned that I definitely need a pan that palette that is mostly neutrals. Like if we talk about just Book of Magic really, really quickly again, like I feel like I don't regret this at all as a pan that palette, but I do feel like my progress is always here. And then the rest of the palette is just kind of chilling and being like, hello, like we exist as well. So I think next year I'm going to really focus on a neutral palette. I really like the idea of that. That's taupe, like capsule palette. Like that would be really fun. Maybe I could add some like indie shades to it. I don't know. My brain's going crazy right now. But yeah, this could be a really, really good one as well because there's only 2 colorful shades and I think I could get a really good progress on that. This shade is meant to not go on the eyes. I used it on my eyes. My eye has not fallen out. So it's like, I use it. I can't, tell you that it's fine or that it's not fine or whatever, but like I use it. It's just because of EU regulations. EU regulations are a lot more strict than the US regulations. So like, that's the legality of that. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep playing around with it because it is very, very new and I want to try it out a little bit more. And finally for drugstore, I do have my high-end palettes left to talk about. This is the Zulu palette. I think this is time for this to go. This was a palette that I was holding on to just for sentimental reasons. This was the first ever colourful eyeshadow that I had in my collection, and this kind of started it all. This started the love of colour and like bright pigmented shades, but I don't reach for this. I cannot remember the last time I used this palette. I cannot remember the last time that I even thought about this palette apart from doing this declutter, to be honest. And it's beautiful and it will always have a place in my heart. But I just think it's time to move on. I think it's time that I just put this away now. It's the end of an era. It's taking up space. And like I said before, I get so many new eyeshadow palettes in all the time that I just can't be keeping things that are just like here and not being used. So I am going to declutter this one as well. That's really sad, but you know what? I think it is the right decision. As I was like prepping to film this video, I had it in my head that I did want to declutter that, and so I think it is the right decision. I am going to let it go, even though it's hard. Okay, I only have 3 high-end palettes, which is kind of crazy. This is, oh my god, stop. I don't want to be seen right now. I'm not camera ready. But these really, really emphasize, like, I just don't really gravitate towards high-end makeup. I feel like drugstore is so amazing and incredible, and I love drugstore makeup so much that why would I spend loads and loads and loads of money on high-end products? So let's talk about Natasha Denona. I have decluttered a lot of Natasha Denona in my time. I've decluttered the Mini Star, I've decluttered the Mini Trio Chrome, and I've also decluttered a lipstick. I've decided that like Natasha Denona isn't really my brand, and that's okay. But I do reach for this palette when I need to do a very basic look. If I have like a big meeting at work, I've had so many big meetings recently, it's kind of crazy. West End, when my show went to West End, I wore this palette. Like this is a palette that I use when I do want to feel good. And it gives me a great look. It does. I wish there were more mattes in this palette. Like I was saying with the Beauty Bay Dark Lights, like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mattes and like a bazillion shimmers. A lot of these shimmers are also that like satin kind of formula. Like they're not crazy at all, but I know that, you know, it's high end. It's high end, so like it's okay. I do like to wear a topper whenever I wear this, like just a little bit of a sparkly, shimmery eyeshadow just to go alongside this. But this does definitely have a purpose in my collection. I don't reach for it a lot, but like I wore this to like a funeral, for example, or like serious makeup days. Makeup days where I've got to be serious. I've got to be like on the ball. I've got to be, you know, doing it, interviews, meetings, like weddings or funerals or something like that. Like this is what I wear. I need to try this a little bit more actually, because this has been neglected just a little bit from me. But this was a beautiful gift from one of my absolutely amazing viewers. Like I'm shocked. I'm so shocked that you bought me this, and it's absolutely incredible. So yeah, Ali, if you are watching this, thank you so much. Like I do use this. Even though I poo-poo on Natasha Denona all the time, I do use this for like very certain looks. I do have a few shows coming up, so like some like press stuff and some camera work, and we're filming like a documentary of behind the scenes of some of my shows. So yeah, it does come out very, very handy for that, and like for work looks as well. It does come in handy. This I love. This is the Mini Sugar from Anastasia. This is like Pan That Palette waiting to happen. This would be a fantastic Pan That Palette if it wasn't so expensive. Like I don't actually want to finish this because it is expensive, but I love this palette. It's got all those taupes that I just adore. These like pinks I could probably take or leave, but you know what? It's okay. Like it wasn't made specifically custom for me, and that's fine. But like this palette, oh, stop it right now. You're having a laugh. This is my dream palette. I love a blue, as we all know. I love taupe so much. This is like a fun, serious palette. This is a palette for when I want to go on like a fun date night or something like that. It's like a feel-good palette. Something that I have noticed about high-end makeup is that it gives me that like just additional good feeling. You know what I mean? Like I can pull this out and get a very similar look. You know, it's very similar, like I get a very, very similar vibe, but I would feel better in this. And I don't know if that's just my like prejudice maybe, but I feel bougier. I feel more like luxury and expensive and things like that. So that's why I do keep these palettes around every now and then. And then the OG Subculture. I'm going to keep this. I don't reach for it that much at all, but I just can't get rid of it at this point. It's a classic. Hashtag justice for subculture. I will always say that. I will always fight for subculture. I think I could make some real good damage in this palette, but I definitely wouldn't want to like have this as a strict Pan That palette all year. I think I could do like a month or two of like real good use of this. I used to do, this was another little memory. Oh my God, you're unlocking all the memories now. I used to do like a seasonal Pan That palette. So every 4 months I would rotate a new palette in, and then I'd just like use it for 4 months, get as much use as I possibly could, and then roll in another palette. Obviously I'm not going to like finish a palette doing it that way, but it was definitely something that was really, really nice and really like, you know, interesting, and it stopped me getting really bored. So if I do that again, I could definitely see this palette being really, really good for that. I can expand some pans, I can hit some new pans, and then I can like roll it out before I'm stuck with like these greens that I'm not really going to be wanting to use. So yeah, love that as well. This declutter wasn't the absolute like most amazing thing in the world, but you know what? I got rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eyeshadow palettes, which I think is really good. Like considering I wasn't even thinking of doing this declutter, getting rid of 5, I'm happy with. I could have probably gone a little bit more cutthroat, but I feel like I've just got rid of the faff in my makeup collection. I feel like I've just got rid of the things that I just don't want. Alrighty, so in my everyday makeup drawer, I have my Odin's Eye Christmas Eve palette. This is the remastered version. Now, I definitely do prefer the old version. I'm not gonna lie, I actually still own that. But I am going to keep this one because it's very, very new. I do work with Odin's Eye. I have a discount code with Odin's Eye. It is code Caitlin. That will get you 10% off, and I do earn some commission from that as well if you are interested in anything from Odin's Eye. But because I work with the brand, I do think it's quite important for me to have their products, to be able to compare and swatch and use. And because this is such a new product, I am going to keep this one. This is their build your own palette style palette, where you can literally just pick 1 or 2 of the shades to buy. You don't have to buy this whole palette, which I think has its pros and cons. A lot of people have been very vocal about their thoughts on this kind of style. So yeah, let me know down below what you think about that. But this is in my No Pan Left Behind right now. I'm trying to get a good understanding of it. I'm trying to love it a bit more because I'm on the fence about this. I really don't know, but I am going to keep that. Speaking of Odin's Eye, we have the Heather Austin collab. This is the Spring Butterflies palette. Again, I'm not fussed on this, to be honest. I prefer a palette with a lot more mattes than shimmers. Obviously, you can see here there is a lot of shimmers in this palette. So yeah, maybe not my perfect palette, but again, I work with Odin's Eye. I love promoting them. I love sharing the shades with you guys, and I love just challenging myself a little bit. And again, this is a very, very new palette from Odin's Eye, so I will be keeping that as well. The Flutters palette, I keep forgetting to reach for this, but look how stunning this is. This is from Poppy and Fluff Cosmetics. This is the most beautiful spring summer color story. I will be doing a Get Ready With Me at some point with this. I've not even touched this yet, and that is an absolute crime that they did send this to me in PR, and I'm just so excited. This shade here, Peps, is like an iridescent blue. Oh my goodness me, stunning. I need to reach for that. I genuinely love that. And then this, the Serpentine from Lethal. I think this is going to be the first declutter, you know. It's a beautiful palette, but this color story doesn't really speak to me personally. I have done a really, really cool look with this palette, and I really enjoy how that came out. And I definitely pushed myself out my comfort zone and had a good time with it. But I just don't really see myself reaching for it. This has been in my new in makeup drawer for a really long time, and I just haven't reached for it. I haven't B-rolled it. I haven't swatched it. It's kind of flown under the radar. So I am going to get rid of this one, I think. All the palettes that I declutter today, before they get new homes, I will be making sure to B-roll them and to, you know, swatch them and do all my bits and bobs that I do with palettes. Hopefully you'll see a few B-rolls today. But yeah. It's not speaking to me, and that's absolutely fine. That's okay. Not everything speaks to everyone. I'm gonna talk about these before I forget. Oh my goodness, I just found a picture that one of my students drew for me, just in amongst my eyeshadows. That's fine, yeah. So yeah, these two are too big to actually go in my main makeup collection, so they have to stay on the top of my drawers, which is kind of annoying. But this is the Odin's Eye Eternal Twilight palette. This is half warm tones, half cool tones. I love this. I'm not even going to lie. I love this palette so much. It is so pretty. And yes, it's massive. But this shade Guard is like everything my hopes and dreams are made of. It's like the most beautiful sheer base with intense sparkles. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I do like this palette even though it is huge. And then the Ice Crystal is a kind of similar layout, or the same layout, but it's more like pastels. And I really like this one as well. This is a very different pastel palette, but I really, really like it. The quality is fantastic, so I will be keeping both of those. Okay, let's talk the Pastel Roses. I used to absolutely rave about the Pastel Roses, and I've not really spoken about them in a little while. It's not because they're bad or anything like that. They're still absolutely incredible, but I think as I work with more and more brands, it just gets a little bit more difficult to shout everything out and give everything the love that it deserves to have. Yeah, it's been kind of crazy, but I used to have pretty much all of their palettes, and now I have these. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 palettes from the Pastel Roses, and to be honest, I think I'm going to be making quite a few cuts today. I feel really bad because like this was one of the first brands that gave me PR and like started working with me and things like that. I think a lot of their shades are quite chunky now, and like because I have quite creasy eyes, they can crease quite a lot. I did a eye primer wear test over on my YouTube shorts not too long ago, and I wore this palette to work and it just started creasing really badly on me. And I don't think it's the eye primer, I think it is the shadows, but because the duochromes are like that thick formula, I don't know, I just don't know if my eyes gel with it. But I am going to keep this, to be honest, because if I do just tap it out halfway through the day, it's no fuss, is it? It's fine. This is the Crushed Diamonds quad in the shade 01, and this is a perfect neutral quad just for work or just for every day if you don't want to go too crazy but still want, you know, something a little bit different. These duochromes are absolutely beautiful. We've got a deeper like bronze to green and then a really pale yellowy shifty iridescent shade. Really, really good for every day, really good for travel as well. If you want a palette to just throw in your makeup bag, this is definitely the one for you. And it's nice. It is really, really pretty. So I am going to keep that one. I'm going to keep my favorite. This is the Crushed Diamonds Quad 04. These are just iridescent eyeshadows and they are ridiculously stunning. You can see the dips, or maybe you can't, but there are huge dips in these two shades. There is a yellow, a blue. You can see like the chunkiness that I'm talking about there. A pink and a green. Like, look at those. That is just incredibly gorgeous. And that is what they look like swatched. They are just breathtaking. But maybe not for really long days, because I have noticed they do crease a little bit, which is such a shame. I never noticed them creasing before. Maybe my eyes have just got a little bit more like sensitive to things like that, possibly. But I mean, I'm going to keep that one because, I mean, a quad of iridescent shades, absolutely. Yes, sign me up. Like, there are some palettes that I will accept creasing from, and that is one of them. This is the Crushed Diamonds Quad 03. This is a bit more of a cool tone neutral quad. Again, little bit of a chunky shimmer formula, but this is really, really lovely as well. And I do really like cool tones every now and then. I do gravitate towards these like taupey shades. I love this like purpley murky tone. And then even this grey is absolutely stunning too. I went through a phase, and I'm still going through the phase, to be honest, of loving cool tones. I'm working on a lot more warm tone eyeshadows this year, but last year was definitely all about cool tones. So I am going to keep that one. But this one, I think, is going to go. This is the Crushed Diamonds Quad 02, and this is the pink quad. Now, I'm not a pink girl. Something that I've noticed about the Pastel Roses, and it is why I got rid of quite a few of their older palettes, they love a pink, and I just don't really love a pink. Like, I'll reach for it every now and then, like, it's fine, whatever, I can deal with it, but like, there's no escaping pink in this palette. I like the palette, the quality's great, there's nothing wrong with it, the duochromes are great, but I just don't reach for pinks, so there's no point me keeping that. The summer mixtape is also going to go. I just don't really get inspired by this colour story as much. It's just a colour story that doesn't really suit me, I don't think. Out of the three in this collection, this is definitely the one that speaks to me the least, so that is also going to go. Okay, Tropical Paradise and then the Summer Breeze. I think I'm gonna get rid of both of these as well. Like, I feel so bad because these are all sent to me in PR, and like, I really do like them, but the shimmer quality, I don't know. My eyes must have like changed a little bit. In fact, I know they've changed. My eyelids have changed quite a lot. I don't know if it's just like my face shape settling, because they say that your face only finishes changing at 25, and I'm 25 later this year, and my eyelid shape has changed a lot over the past few months, and I have 2 creases now in my eyes. If you don't know, one of my biggest insecurities was I had 1 crease in one eye and then 2 creases in the other eye, and it made them look really uneven. But for the past like 3 months, I've had 2 creases in both eyes, which is great because now they're even, but like, I don't know why it's happened. My biggest insecurities just sorted itself out, but obviously that means I've got a lot more creasing, and as you can see, like, these duochromes are quite chunky, They're like the very thick. I mean, they're beautiful, but they are quite thick. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of both of these. I'm going to try and be a little bit cutthroat because, you know, I definitely need to be. I'm getting so many beautiful things in, and I just need to cut down a little bit, I think. So we have 3 palettes left. Let's talk about Sweet Harmony. This is a all shimmer palette, and oh, do I want to get rid of this one too? I don't really, but I don't reach for it. As I said before in my drugstore declutter, and I'll probably say it again in this declutter, I need mattes. I really need mattes in a palette, and as beautiful as these are, they are truly stunning. They do crease on me, and I need another palette. And I mean, I'd rather just reach for my singles, to be honest. So yeah, that's gonna go too. Oh my goodness, the Sakura. I think I'll keep this one. You know, it's quite a nice one. Yes, it's got these pinks, but it does have these like cool tones, and like these 2 shades are incredibly beautiful. Like a really high shine taupe and then a really high shine gold. These are a bit thinner than the typical shades. They're definitely not as like chunky. So yeah, I think I am going to keep those just because I find that they don't crease as much on my eyes, which is absolutely fabulous. And yeah, I do like this. And this pop of green is absolutely stunning too. And then Pumpkin Spice, I think I'm going to get rid. Like, it doesn't really spark that much joy. I don't know what's happened over the past like few months. I'm just like, I don't know, I'm not feeling it as much, which is absolutely fine. It's good for people to change their minds and to, you know, all that kind of stuff. I still think the Pastel Roses is a fantastic makeup brand, and I'll always have such a special place in my heart for it because it was one of the first brands that, like, it was like the first dream brand to put me on a PR list. It is absolutely incredible and insane and all that kind of stuff. But I think just as I've grown and as my eye shapes changed a little bit, like, I am getting a few issues with it. So yeah, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Pastel Roses palettes gone, which is really sad. Oh, I don't like that, but I've got to be honest. And then I've only kept 3, 4. Okay. They are having another launch very soon, so definitely go and support them if this formula is definitely for you, because I think you'd love it. Okay, I think I'm going to be really cutthroat with these as well. The Beauty Moon Winter Veil. I'm not really reaching for it. I'm not too sure why, but I like it, but it kind of gets lost a little bit. It's stunning, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous. I don't know, I'm just not reaching for it. So I'm being cutthroat. That's going to go. This is definitely going to stay. This is the CatKin Mirandi eyeshadow palette. This is so beautiful and intense. Like, look at that shimmer. This is, again, one of those shimmers that, like, have a really, really clear base, and then the sparkle is just really intense. I would love it if there was a bit of a deeper brown matte in here. Like I said before, I do need more mattes, so I do definitely need to reach into something else when I use this, but this is just a really nice, everyday, very minimal makeup look, so I will keep that. I love this little mini palette. This is from ShellWe. This is the Deathless Spirit. I love how they do mini versions of their palettes. It's the same with this one too. Like, how often do you finish an eyeshadow? As a project panner, I know that you barely ever finish an eyeshadow palette or an eyeshadow in general. So having these little tiny mini palettes is fantastic. Each shade is 0.4 grams. Perfect. Honestly, like, you're never going to get through them, and Pan That Palette has definitely taught that to me. So I am going to keep both of these because I think these are really fun, and especially if I'm like traveling or something, if I just want 4 like fun shades, I can take these out. These are magnetic and you can kind of swap them around and do what you like with them, and I think that's really, really fun. So I'm going to keep that. I do actually have a code code with ShellWe. I'll pop it on screen now. But I definitely want to review more of their things because I think we could work together really, really well. So that's Deathless Spirit, and this is Somber Garden if you are interested in supporting an indie brand, and something that's very different as well with these little teeny tiny shadows. I think that is absolutely wonderful, and I wish more brands would do that. I wish more brands would come out with teeny tiny eyeshadow palettes because like you're never going to use them. And they do have like full versions as well in case you are interested in that. But yeah, I think with a collection as big as mine, sometimes I just need a teeny tiny palette. All right, we've got these. These are kind of neglected. These are from Narimi, and this, they don't have names on them. This I think is Dusk and Dawn. Very, very stunning. This color story is beautiful. And then this is Cold Crow. These are they. I need to reach for these more. I'm going to say that so often, I think, but these are absolutely magical, like such good quality and such amazing, amazing shades. Like this shade Fairy. Oh my goodness. I'm seeing it as blue. You're seeing it, there we go, as pink. Wow. Like, are you joking me? Stun. I don't know why they get so neglected. I'm not too sure. I need to reach for them though. Like, it's ridiculous. I love them. The quality is fantastic. And I would always recommend this brand because of just how drop dead gorgeous those palettes are. I'm going to keep both of those. Shall we talk about some Lethal Cosmetics? I think so. Okay, I think these are all the Lethal palettes that I have. We did talk about the Serpentine palette a little while ago, right at the start of this video. So let's start with this. This is my custom palette that I made. Lethal Cosmetics do have a build your own palette service. So they offer like a bunch, like a whole category of single shades, and you can make your own palette, make your own color story. And this is what I decided to make. They all have been sent to me in PR. I just wanted to make that clear. But I do have a discount code with Lethal Cosmetics. They are different depending on the collections. So I will put the code on screen as I talk about the palette because like they're going to make it difficult, haven't they? No, love you, Lethal. But this is fantastic. I used to not be a fan of Lethal Cosmetics because I tried their formula from a good few years ago. And like, it wasn't great a few years ago, but now, oh my goodness me, it is absolutely fantastic and stunning. So yeah, I think Lethal sent me PR just to shut me up. But no, I really, really love this. Obviously, like I made the color story. I need to use this more. I'm going to say that so much, but like that is fan-bloody-tastic. This is the Black Spring palette. This is such a different take on spring and I really, really like it. A lot of the spring palettes are like light and airy fairy and like pastel and blah, 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 blah. But this is a bit different. This is a bit grungy. This is a little bit like, ooh, you know, ooh. I have done a full review of this as well as this palette as well as the SpongeBob palette. So yeah, I really like this. I figured that this shade Shiver on the lips on top of a really deep lipstick is so pretty. So if you have this palette, definitely try that out. And you can definitely get your typical spring color story from this, but you can also just like grunge it out a bit. So I am going to keep that. Then we have the SpongeBob palette. This has just been in a No Pan Left Behind and I love it so much. What I will say is this shade Underworld, it gets really bad hard pan and then you can't really use it that much. I mean, it looks fine there, but then you try and blend it out and it's, yeah, that shade maybe is not the best. So if you're buying this palette for that shade, maybe buy a single. But the rest of the palette is drop dead gorgeous. Like if I just compare it to this shade, Magical Portal, like you can see the difference there, you know? But yeah, I've used every single shade in this palette and I have B-rolled this palette as well, which is really, really exciting. I did a little bit more of a sunset look with this palette because I always go for like blues and cool tones and things like that. I decided to do something a little bit different. But yeah, this is truly, truly special and wonderful and perfect for summer as well. I think this is going to be a perfect summer palette because it's so poppy and like saturated and fun. And I feel like looking at this palette, I do think of SpongeBob, which is great because I keep saying so many times a company will collaborate with such a fun IP and then do something so neutral and boring, where I think this is actually SpongeBob. It screams SpongeBob. And I love that so much. So I am obviously going to keep this one. And then the Conjuring palette from Lethal. I love this too. Oh my goodness me. I love this palette so much. This is like a perfect everyday palette for me. I love cool tones. It's so predictable at this point. I could probably get rid of these two shades. I don't really gravitate towards pinks or reds or anything like that. But the rest of this palette, yes, absolutely. The cool tones just like, they speak to me. I don't know what it is. They just speak to me so much. And then obviously there are some blues in here as well, which I love blue. Blue is my happy color. Blue is my favorite color. And I always say I love a palette that gives me options. I want to have options in my palettes. I want to open a palette and like have all these different ideas swirling around in my brain, and this is what this one does. It's got a taupe colour story, it's got a red colour story, and it's got a blue colour story all mixed into one. Absolutely stunning. Really, really love that. Definitely a fantastic palette. Okay, Titanium Foxes. I think I'm going to keep all of these ones as well. These are absolutely beautiful. This is the Poppy Quiet. These have all been discontinued, which is so upsetting to me. Like I know that indie brands need to kind of move stock and move inventory, and like they don't have a bunch of room to keep like a bunch of palettes, but like I feel like they did discontinue these like quite quickly. I don't know, like I just want palettes to stick around. If it's a good palette, I want it to be around forever and ever and ever, and this definitely is a stunning palette. I love it so much. It is so springy, which is amazing because we are indeed in spring right now. The shade Poppy Cry is just what my dreams are made of. It is ridiculously beautiful. And I feel like this is like a bit of a rainbow palette, but with a twist. It's not quite a rainbow palette. It's just like a pastel, like desaturated rainbow palette. And I love it. The amount of looks that I've done with this is crazy, crazy, crazy. Like I'm so surprised I've not hit pan on any of these shades yet because they are absolutely beautiful. And I would always recommend the Titanium Foxes quality. I've not tried some of their newer palettes, so I can only speak to their older formulas. Absolutely 10 out of 10, gorgeous, beautiful, stunning. Then we have Grackle Chat, which is a bit more like neutrally grunge. I really like this as well. If I'm being a proper like basic girl, the shade Riverbank, Sleeping Tree, and Dripping Feathers, like these two together for just an everyday look, but like an amped up everyday look. Stunning. Oh my goodness me. This whole palette is just like a breath of fresh air. I feel like this like made moves in the indie world and everyone was a little bit scared, and rightfully so, because like Titanium Foxes are coming for you, babe. Like they're coming. I remember using this over Christmas quite a lot and I loved it then, love it now. Definitely going to keep that. And then the Poppy Storm, I was obsessed with this for so long. This is like the grunge palette. Like if you're like a goth or like alternative in some way, I think you would love this. This is so much fun and it's so unique. Like I've never seen a color story like this at all. And I think Titanium Foxes are really good at coming up with unique color stories that not many people have done. And I think this is fabulous too. I love all three of these palettes, so all three of those are definitely going to stay in my makeup collection, and I honestly don't foresee myself ever decluttering those because, like, wow. Titanium Foxes were, I think, the first ever, like, proper makeup brand to send me PR, and they did send me all three of these. They sent me PR when they were just starting out as a company, and I will always be so, so grateful to them for believing in me, being, like, the first brand to ever believe in me and send me some of their things. And yeah, it was such a magical moment for me in my like career here on YouTube. Like, oh my god, I'm smiling about it so wide just like thinking about that, and I'm forever grateful to that brand. All right, let's tackle Odin's Eye, shall we? Oh dear. I do work with Odin's Eye, so it can be a little bit tricky to, you know, to declutter some things, but I do think that it is getting to the point now where I'm kind of like, I've got so many Odin's Eye palettes, and a lot of them I don't reach for, and a lot of them I don't end up using, so I'm gonna try my best to cut down just a little bit. And I think that's where this like documentation series is going to really, really come into play, because I can show you guys the palettes, I can swatch it, I can show you guys an eye look, I can promote it without actually having it in my makeup collection myself. Because, you know, you guys might have a different makeup aesthetic than I do, and you may love things that I don't love. And, you know, even though I don't love it, doesn't mean that it's not a good palette at all. And I don't know, I feel really, really bad decluttering anything from Odin's Eye. But let's start with this. This is the Remastered Merry Christmas palette. I love this palette so much. I was not expecting to love it at all. I was fully expecting to adore the Christmas Eve and maybe not love the Merry Christmas as much, just because like Christmas Eve is like my colors, you know, it's blues, it's cool tones, whereas this isn't. But it's actually the other way around. I adore this, and I'm not a big fan of the Christmas Eve remastered, which is absolutely crazy. If you'd have told me that before, I definitely would not have believed you. But like, I've got so many beautiful looks. I feel like this palette just has more of a color story rather than, you know, just random colors like I feel like the Christmas Eve is sometimes. But this is really, really beautiful. And this is, again, that build your own palette style of palette where you can just buy a few of the shades that take your fancy. You don't have to buy the whole palette. And I know some people have, you know, good things and bad things to say about that kind of palette release. I think it does have its pros and cons, but it is definitely there if you would like that. I think some of these shades are really unique, and buying them as singles would be a really nice idea if you are into that. But yeah, really, really love this one. The quality is absolutely gorgeous, so I am going to keep that. Next, I have the Solomon 2 Moon Wish. This is never going anywhere. This is such a sentimental palette to me. This was the first ever palette that Odin's Eye sent over, and oh my god, I could have cried when I got the email. When I get emails from like big brands, I'm always like, oh, it's a scam. Like, it's a scam. And the email address will be like pr.odinseye@gmail.com. And it's like, yeah, all right then. And then I checked the like email address, and it was a legit email address being like, hey, we want to send you some things. And I literally could have cried. I got that email while I was on holiday for my birthday in Seville. And then when I got home from holiday, I had like a little birthday present from Odin's Eye. Like, what the hell? What the hell is going on? Who am I? Like, what? It is just such a special palette, and I will always, always, always treasure this. I think it's absolutely fantastic. And I mean, it helps that it's got some blues, it's got some yellows, like it's got some neutrals, some cool tone purples. Like, I love all of these kind of shades. So this is definitely staying. It's not going anywhere. Even if I hated the palette, it would still be here in my makeup collection. But luckily, I love the palette. So that is amazing. I have the Morgan Turner Love Language palette. I really like this as well. I have been watching Morgan Turner for a really long time. And what I love about Morgan is she has a very different makeup aesthetic to me, but I feel like we can meet in the middle with a lot of things. So like, she tried out a Danessa Myricks palette around Christmas, and she was like, oh, I really don't like blues, but I'm gonna try the blues, I'm gonna give them a go. And I was like, yes, Morgan, you can do it, you look incredible. But then, you know, I start playing around with some of these shades, and like, I love how she loves neutrals, but she's not afraid of color. Like, she will use color, and she will kind of promote color and things like that. And I love that this palette isn't just a neutral palette. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of pinks, so I do kind of cover these 4 shades up. But this palette, oh yeah, this like little L thing, beautiful. These neutrals are like true neutrals. They are not warm tone, they're not cool tone, they're just perfectly in the middle. And then these like cool tone purple shades, spectacular. I really, really, really enjoy this, and yeah, I'm definitely going to be reaching for that a hell of a lot more. Okay, Rosie Jingle. I think I'm gonna get rid of this. Oh, that hurts me so much. Like, it hurts me to say that. I don't want to get rid of it because, like, it's Odin's Eye, and I work with Odin's Eye, and I want to, like, hoard all of their palettes. But honestly, like, it's getting quite ridiculous. So I do need to B-roll this. I am going to B-roll everything before they find new homes. Like I said before, I'm going to make sure that I have used them, documented them, so that I can show you guys, and that I can, you know, if you love this kind of palette, I can definitely give you a really good understanding of that palette and like promote it properly on my channel, because otherwise I will just be like describing it and putting a picture of it on screen, and that's not really helpful. This is really, like, the quality is stunning. It's just I don't reach for these really saturated, bright, pinky warm tones. I love the shade Warmth, which ironically is like one of the coolest shades in the palette, and I love that shade. I love the shade Sparkling, but I'm kind of dancing around the main point of this palette, and I don't want to do that. I won't reach for this. So, oh, that is gonna go as well. That makes me so upset, but I will B-roll it. I do have to play with it one more time and get some good understanding of it. This, I think I'm gonna keep. This is the Silvery Bliss. Now, I don't reach for these kind of tones, and you may be thinking, like, why are you keeping it then? But I really want to get into some reds a little bit more. I think that red would be a great color to experiment with, because I have very warm undertones in my skin, but I have very pale blue eyes, so I feel like red hits the sweet spot of both of those. I find that a lot of things suit my blue eyes but maybe clash with my skin, or vice versa, suit my skin but clash with my blue eyes, and I feel like red meets them both. So I'm definitely going to keep this. I don't have very many greys in my makeup collection. Like, I can't think of any grey eyeshadow that I own. So yeah, I'm definitely going to keep this one as well. I think it's definitely a unique palette, and I do want to get into reds, so I'm going to keep that one as well. Winter Alva, I'm really on the fence about this one, to be honest. I don't really foresee myself reaching for this, which is so upsetting. Like, I want to be able to reach for it, but it's just not really sparking that same joy. Like, I do like, obviously, these, like, denim blues, and then this, like, neutral shade Scarf is really stunning too, but I just don't know if it's for me, and that's absolutely fine. That's okay. Not everything needs to be for me. I'm definitely going to B-roll it, and you know what? If I do end up falling in love with it through my B-roll, it's not a crime to bring it back in my makeup collection. Like, that's what I'm telling myself. That's what I gotta tell myself right now. But I do like it. It's pretty, but I don't know. I think I can move on from this. I think as Odin's Eye keeps sending me more and more things, which I'm obviously so grateful for, I just can't keep it all and, like, keep other brands and, like, promote other things. Like, it's really, really hard. I feel really bad for doing that, but you know what? I have to. It's just, it makes sense, even though it is really, really difficult. I don't know. I feel really bad because I'm like, Odin's Eye, like, I do love you, I promise. Like, I know they won't take it personally, but I'm like, oh no. The Autumn Alva, I am going to keep. I think this is quite unique as well. I love the mix of greens, like different types of greens. You got some sicky greens, some grey greens, some saturated greens, and then the pop of yellow and pink as well. I think just make sense. I don't reach for greens too much, but when I do, I actually really, really enjoy how they look on me. And yeah, I think that green is a really nice color. You can kind of wear it up or wear it down, which I think is really, really special. And so yeah, I do like this palette as well. The Summer Alva is definitely the worst quality of the Alva collection, and you might be thinking, why are you gonna keep it then? It's because this color story is so me. I want to give this every single possible chance to prove me wrong, and then I will accept defeat on this. I can't accept defeat on this right now because it is so pretty. I just think some of the shades are just, like, really dry. Some of the mattes can be really dry, and not the absolute best thing in the world. I wish that this quality was the same quality as the spring, winter, and autumn Alvas. This seems to be a bit of a downgrade, which is a real shame because, like, this is what I was so excited for. This palette was like, oh yeah, like, we're getting there, baby. And then I got it and I was a little bit disappointed. But I want to keep using it. I just want to use it more and more and more and just make sure. Because, like, I'm in denial. I'm in denial right now, okay? Don't judge me, but I am going to keep that because I'm in Denial. The Spring Alva, I think this is gonna go as well. I have done a B-roll with this, which is really great. It means that I can talk about this and promote this and share this with you guys without necessarily having it in my makeup collection, which is great. It's gonna free me up and like free like so much room in my makeup collection if I don't have to like hoard everything in order to speak about it. And it's going to be a really long journey to document everything and to B-roll everything, especially now that I've got all of these decluttered products that I need to get through. But this is like one ticked off the list, and I'm happy about it. I'm just not gravitating towards this palette. If I'm reaching for this palette, I'm kind of dancing around the main point of the palette, and I'm using like these two blues or like these like cooler tones, and then like the point of the palette is the pinks, and I'm just like, I don't see them. Yeah, I don't know what the pinks are doing there, but yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that. It's just not quite my thing. And then, of course, the OG, the queen. This is the Christmas Eve original palette, and I love this. I did try and declutter this a few months ago because I was like, well, I have the remastered version, but nothing compares to this. This is truly something amazing, and I love it so much. I actually prefer the quality of the OG over the remastered. So this is the remastered, this is the OG side by side. I just feel like the remastered has lost the roots a little bit. I feel like the remastered isn't quite the same. Oh, I hate to say it. I really hate to say it. I think that the OG is so much better still. And yeah, I did try and declutter it. Big mistake. It swiftly came back into my makeup collection. So yeah, even though this is discontinued and you can't buy it anymore, I'm gonna use it anyway because I love it and it is absolutely spectacular. So yeah, 3 Odin's Eye palettes gone, which is really, really sad. That's so sad. But you know what? I think it is for the best. I don't know, is the Rosy Jingle still available? Because that was from a good few Christmases ago. It just says sold out. So I actually think this is discontinued, as well as the Silvery Bliss. The Hey Reindeer is still available. And then obviously the Ice Crystals, Christmas Eve, and Merry Christmas Remastered are here as well. Okay, well, if it's discontinued, then I feel a little bit less bad getting rid of it. So there we go. Right, I've only kept these Odin's Eye palettes. I didn't expect to get rid of any of them, to be honest, but oof, we gotta be brave, we gotta be strong, and we gotta do it. Okay, and these are the last of the indie palettes, I'm pretty sure. So let's talk about the Wish Upon a Snowflake from Poppy and Fluff. This is stunning. This is such a me Christmas palette. But yeah, I really, really love this. I did such a beautiful look with tinsel. Like you can just see from in the pan that the shade Tinsel is absolutely spectacular and gorgeous and just amazing. And I really do like this palette. Poppy and Fluff is an indie brand based in the UK. So if you are into supporting small businesses, like everyone should be, I would definitely recommend this palette. Really, really pretty, really good quality as well. So if you are in the market for that, I think that is fab. We've got some Singe. All of these are going to stay because I do work with Singe as well. All of these were sent to me in PR, which is just... what is going on? This is the Succulent Dew. This is their newest eyeshadow palette. And I think this is so beautiful. I actually have such a funny memory with this. So I actually didn't know what was being sent to me by Singe. I just got an order confirmation and it just said PR box. And I was like, there'd be no announcement of anything new on the Singe Instagram or website, or Angie hadn't said anything in her videos either. And I was like, what on earth is going on? Like, Singe, I really want to know. And I actually saw this before it was even like shown on social media, which is really funny because I got it in the mail and I was like refreshing the Instagram page of Singe Beauty being like, I want to know what it is. And then, yeah, I saw this before anyone even on Instagram saw it, which made me feel like such an insider. Like, what the hell? But I do really like this. Again, not the biggest fan of these pinks, but like the teals with the cool tone purples. Absolutely, yes. Galactic Visitor, look at this. I think I might have bought this one actually. I think this is the first one that I bought. Yes, I did buy this one myself. This is like my dream color story. This is so fabulous. Like these blues with these like contrasting warm tones, but there's no like pink in there. Oh yeah, I think this is gorgeous. And this like made me like snap my neck and look at Angie and Singe and be like, okay, she's for real. Like she means business. And yeah, this is absolutely beautiful as well. Love that palette. The Paisley Hoot is something I wasn't expecting from Angie, not gonna lie. Wasn't expecting a neutral palette from our Queen of Colour, but I get it. I get it. I really do. I wish that some of these taupes would be more true taupes. They are kind of greeny taupes, which aren't really up my street. But I mean, I can just use these two to get like a really like cool tone true taupe look. This one does pull a lot more green than it looks in the pan, and then obviously this is like a true green. I'm not too sure what to do with these pinks, but like that is an everlasting problem with me. Like, what do you do with pink? Pink goes where? What do you mean? So no, but I do really like it. And just for like everyday looks, like these two shades, these two like warm tones with this deep brown, like a really good staple neutral palette. And I do feel like every brand needs a neutral palette, so I completely understand what Angie was doing there. And then the Agate Temptation, this is very different for me. This is not something that I would gravitate towards normally, but you know what? I think it's really pretty. This shade Banded is like an inner corner pop. Oh my goodness me. I love like a bright, oh my god, it matches my nails. I love a bright chartreuse, as you can tell. Hello, I love it so much. And yeah, I'm really, really impressed with this one as well. I do like these like sicky greens up here, I'm not gonna lie. But even still, you can get a really nice like neutral, slightly poppy saturated look with this too. So it feeds into that there as well. And then finally, Culturals. Oh, what do I want to do with this? This is a hard one. I kind of think I want to declutter it because like I'm just not gravitating towards it. I don't get that feeling of like, oh yeah, when I look at this palette. I don't get that feeling of like really wanting to reach for it. And I do get a little bit confused by this, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, the more I think about it, I am gonna let this one go, which is really, really sad because it is such a nice palette. But I don't know, this shade Gravitate, it looks red, but it's got like a really bright green shift to it. And it's like, what am I going to do with a green shift in a palette like this? You know what I mean? I just don't quite get it. So yeah, that's going to go. I've had that right at the back of my drawers for so long, just not being used. But yeah, it's going to go. It's going to go. I think that's it. Oh my goodness me. I'm getting rid of so many indie palettes. This is ridiculous. I'm getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 indie palettes are leaving my collection. That is insane. That is a lot of palettes, but you know what? My makeup drawers are going to be so much better. I'm going to be able to breathe a little bit. I'm going to have so many B-rolls and applications and swatches to do. It's going to be kind of ridiculous, but you know what? It's okay. So let's go through the lipsticks in my everyday makeup drawer first of all. These are obviously all staying because I do really, really like these. The first is the shade Kisses from the Odin's Eye and Morgan Turner Love Language collection. This is a little bit more of a cool toned shade. I'm not going to swatch absolutely everything in this video because I have way too many lip products, and also I did swatch everything in December, so I've just done it, but you know what? It's all right. This is very cool toned. I wasn't keen on this to start, but now that I've actually given it a chance and played around with it a little bit, I do really like it. Next is the Essence Juicy Bomb Plumping Lip Gloss. This is a little bit more of an off red kind of shade. I really like this. I hate a red lip, but something more like browny muted red, I really, really enjoy. So I am going to keep that. And then from Yoo-Hoo, this is a very, very sheer, just shimmery, pinky, like glossy kind of shade. Really like that for spring, so I'm going to keep that one too. Now, I think the best way to do this is just go through drawer by drawer of my lip collection. I don't know, like that just makes sense to me, so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so first I have the Glossy Glaze from Essence. I really like this as well. It's a very similar formula to the Yoo-Hoo, but this is a lot more brown toned. If I can kind of like maybe move it there. Yeah, that's better. This is a lot more brown toned, and I definitely love a brownie nude lip. I love this. If you're looking for like an affordable glossy lipstick kind of vibe, this is fabulous. Then the Essence Hydrating Nude. This is fab as well. This is a very, very pale shade, and I really like this to just cool down some lip looks, or if I'm wearing like a deep lip liner. This is fab, really comfortable. Next, from Anastasia, we're getting a bit bougie. This is the shade Praline. This is a little bit cool toned. It can be a little bit hard to kind of place in a look. Have you ever like put a lipstick on and then thought, I don't actually know if this goes? Like I have that a little bit with this, but I really love this formula. This is the satin formula. I hate the matte formula with a burning passion. The satin formula is really nice. Number 7, I think this is a UK exclusive brand. This is their take on the like glossy lip trend. This is the Hydra Luminous, and this is a much more like brownie honey kind of tone. Really love that. Beauty Bay Lip Balm. This is in coconut and vanilla. I have used so much of this. It is kind of crazy, and I really do enjoy it. This is slightly more pinky, but like for spring and summer, I reach for that all the time. I'm keeping all of these, by the way. I'm like whizzing through this so quickly. I think I need to like slow it down a little bit. Revolution Chauffeur Nude. I don't know how I feel about that. That is so similar to the ABH, but then do I want like some drugstore options? I don't often do high-end content. I think I will keep it. It is very, very similar, but I don't know. I don't know. You know what? It's almost the same. I'm gonna do a B-roll of this and then I will let it go. That is something that I really need to do before I actually declutter anything. I need to do B-rolls of everything just to make sure that, you know, I can still talk about these products in content. That's a massive reason I'm really glad I'm doing the B-rolls, is because like I can declutter things and still speak about them. Like I don't actually have to possess them in my collection to be able to still speak about them because I'll have the footage. Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip. This is the one that started it all. I love this. Mine's in the shade Strawberry. It is a little bit pink for me, but I really enjoy it, especially again for spring and summer, like good weather. Love it. The NYX Fat Slick Click Oil. Oh my gosh, I always trip up on that name. This is like the brownie nude of my dreams. This is what I go for all the time. I absolutely love this thing. This is actually a dupe of the NYX Butter Gloss in Madeline that I completely finished. It's almost exactly the same, so I love that too. All right, my ColourPop lippy sticks. I always keep the red because I think it is illegal to have a lip collection without a red lipstick. However, I never reach for a red. I'm gonna keep it because, again, like, I gotta have a red lip, even if I don't use them. I'm thinking of, like, just getting rid of these, to be honest. This is Oh Snap. I'm never gonna use, like, a mauvey shade. And again, it's so similar to these. Look how similar that is. No, I'm gonna get rid of it. Like, why am I keeping it? They are so old. Then the shade At Twilight. I remember this being a little bit more up my street. Yeah, I do quite like that. It's a little bit more peachy, so I'm gonna keep that one as well. I do remember I was trying to finish Oh Snap, and I think it was in like a project pan, but like it's broken. I can't roll it down, so it's snapped. It's literally Oh Snapped. So yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of it. Like, I'm not gonna hate pan it. No, I'm gonna let it go. And then I'm gonna get rid of this as well. This is from Essence. I'm so confused. It's the Lip Beautifier. It's got no pigment to it. Like, it's not even really glossy. It's just kind of like a balm, but it's kind of like a jelly balm. I don't know. I'm gonna get rid of it. It's so cute, but like I have no idea how to use this, so it's gone. It's going. So these are going to go back in my everyday makeup drawer. And then I'm going to put these shades back, the ones that I'm keeping. And I've got through a lot there. We got a load of space left, which is great. So let's do the next drawer. Okay, next is even more lip products. I've got 5 drawers in total. That's crazy. Next, let's talk about Troublemaker. This is a black lip gloss, and I actually do really like this. It's different, definitely, but I've actually been really liking a black lip recently. I don't know what it is. I'm a changed woman. I adore this thing, and I have recently got a black matte lipstick as well, and pairing these together, so nice. Even if I'm just pairing it with like a deep lip liner and just having like a little bit of a hint of a black lip, yeah, I really do enjoy that. This is Revolution Mocha Shine. This I think can go. It's kind of getting a bit chunky, and it's beautiful, but I never reach for it. And like, yeah, I can see the chunks in there. I don't know what has happened to this. I think it's probably just expired. I've had it for such a long time, but like, can you see the like chunky bits in there? That's not what I want on my lips. No, thank you. It does have a really like minty taste to it as well. So yeah, I used to love that, but I think the formula's just changed a bit too much for me. Beauty Moon Twinkle Kiss. This is so nice. It's got a little bit of glitter in there. So I always use this like around Christmas time or like festivities, maybe like a birthday or something. I think that's so cute. And the glitter isn't so much where it's like chunky and you can feel it. So I'm going to keep that. Okay, I think I'm gonna get rid of this. I was keeping this because, like, it's so cool. It's a pH lipstick. Like, guys, Essence, stop with the pH. It's bright, like, fuchsia metallic pink. I'm never gonna use that. Like, come on. I can't even think of a creative look where I would use that. It's so much fun. It smells gorgeous as well. Oh, it smells like fruit. Like, it's so stunning. Packaging, 10 out of 10. Like, vibe, 10 out of 10. But, like, color, I'm never gonna use that. No, that can go. I gotta be big and brave. I gotta let go. I might let go of this as well, to be honest. This is the Barry M Glazed Peptide Lip Oil. I like this, but, like, so, right, thoughts about this. I love the concept of it. Like a blue lip gloss, gimme gimme, over a black lip. Oh my god, sign me up. There are 2 things that are really wrong with this though. Number 1 is that it breaks up any lip product that you put it over. So, like, it just leaves a very, like, light blue. And then your lip is kind of patchy. And, like, oh, no, it just doesn't look good. It breaks everything down. It looks really patchy and gross. Number 2 is I have, like, 10 million eyeshadows that I could get this effect with. And I've proved it with the Black Spring collection from Lethal Cosmetics. There's a shade in that palette that is so similar to this on the lips. And so, like, I'm gonna get rid of it. I can use eyeshadow. Like, I'm very happy using eyeshadow for that purpose. I think I saw this in person, got really excited, and then bought it, and then, like, it's fine. But, like, I'm not gonna use it. I can use other things. I'd rather use other things, so I'm gonna let that one go. CatKin, this is beautiful. Look at the embossing on this. Are you joking me? Like, am I even in focus? There we go. This is stunning. This is, again, like I said about the Essence lip gloss, this is the kind of red that I gravitate towards. This is the kind of red that I want. I don't want a bright, saturated red. I want a kind of muted brownie toned red, and that's exactly what this one is. I think it's absolutely stunning and gorgeous. Love it so much. Okay, next we have two lethal glosses. These are from the SpongeBob collection. I have the shade Patrick, which is a pink. Now, this on the lips does not actually look as pink as it looks in the swatch. On the lips, it's a very like sheer wash of color, which is fabulous because I was so worried that these were just going to be the most intense like Catrice style lip products where, you know, when they come out with like just crazy pinks and crazy oranges. Like, I thought this was going to be the vibe for this. It's absolutely not. This is absolutely gorgeous, so keeping that. And then the SpongeBob shade is a similar story. This is a bright yellow, but it's kind of muted, and that's what I absolutely love about it. Going over a brown lip, this is so stunning. And so yeah, I'm gonna keep both of these. They smell like tropical fruit as well. That's the way to my heart. A fruity smelling lip product, absolutely. They're so pretty, love those. And then no one is shocked, I'm gonna keep this one as well. This is from Adored By. This is one of the best lip products that I've tried this year. This is a lip oil that is not too gloopy, but it's also not too thin. It's the perfect in between. It gives the most beautiful, subtle, orangey like hint to the lips. It smells like cherries. Like, can we get any better? I think not. I love this so much. So that's going to stay as well. And again, I've got rid of like a lot from that drawer. So these are the only ones staying from that drawer. So far, I've got rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lip products, which is great, especially considering I did a declutter in December. Okay, next drawer. This is a little bit more full, but I do think, again, I'll have some really good declutters in this one. So let's go. I've got the Catrice Marblicious Liquid Lip Balm. I love this. This is so hydrating and beautiful. Oh, why does the doe foot look blue? Can you see that? We're gonna have another why is it blue moment. That does not look good. Why is the doe foot blue? Am I just going mental? Why is that blue? Yeah, no, actually it's gonna go. That's kind of gross. I'm very confused. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that. I don't want a blue doe foot. Thank you. I can't remember it always being like that. The PS lip gloss, really pretty. Really like sheer, but like gorgeous. Like a glow. Oh yeah, this is so cheap, inexpensive as well. So I'm gonna keep that. The Profusion Juicy Lip Tint. I remember not much product coming off on this wand. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that one as well. There's just not much product that, like, comes off. It's one of those lip products you got to keep dipping in over and over and over and over and over and over again. And it does really annoy me. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'm being brutal. Like, I am actually being really brutal right now. The Glow Hub Milked, I think this is expiring as well. It's a lot thicker than it used to be. And the smell is kind of changing as well. It's not the absolute best thing in the world anymore. It used to be really, really nice, but I have done a B-roll of this. So that can go. I've not really reached for this. Maybe I need to. This is from the Beauty Crop. This is the shade Latte, and it is definitely up my street, like this brownie nude. Yes, absolutely gorge. So hopefully, now that I've decluttered a bunch of other lip products, I can actually give this one a chance because that would be fab. I reach for this one all the time. This is from Catrice or Essence. This is from the Alice in Wonderland collection, and this is their like gloss. It is so beautiful and stunning. I love it so much. It kind of looks a bit jelly-y. Is it like thickened? Do you know what I mean? It kind of looks like jelly in there. That's a bit odd, but anyway, I'm gonna keep it. It smells like strawberries, but like really like sweet artificial strawberries. I love it. It gives a really nice just sheen to the lips. You can tell I'm a glossy lip girl. Yeah, we all know. This I'm going to get rid of. I kind of knew I was going to get rid of this like the moment I saw it and the moment I bought it. This is from Revolution. It's from the Cherry line. I mean, it would be very easy to Project Pam because there's no product in here, but like it's not what I would prefer to reach for. It's a little bit gimmicky. I think it's really cute, but like it's gimmicky, and so I am gonna get rid of that. These lethal stains, these are the only two that I have documented so far. I'm gonna keep these because I want to learn more about them. I've never really used a lip stain before. I'm not going to swatch them. Actually, I'll pop the swatches on screen. So first is Deadly Nightshade. This is the deepest shade in the collection, and I do really like it. I love the idea of this. These are going to be products that I just don't use every day or like any day. These are going to be such specific products. And then I've got Wolfsbane, which is a lot more pinky. Like this I can see like a costume or a very specific look kind of being used. But these stains from Lethal, there are more that I will talk about in a little bit. These are all very like saturated shades that are not normally my thing, but I think if I have like a base collection of saturated shades, maybe I'll be good. And I have only just received these as well in PR, so I do want to give them a bit more of a chance. Right, so again, we've barely kept anything, which is great. Look at us go. I will like reorganize them all right at the end and see how many drawers that we're down, but so far I'm doing great. Right, this is where things take a little bit of a turn. I'm not going to get rid of any of these. Sorry. Soz about that. These Catrice lip oils are stunning. Oh my god. Catrice are such a strange brand because some of their collections are absolute garbage. Like, but some of them are insanely good. These feel like oil on the lips. They are so comfortable and beautiful and just, oh, I love them. They're not too saturated either. They are just like the tiniest hint of color on the lip. Stop it right now. Gorgeous. The shade Bezo from Odin's Eye and Morgan Turner is like a warm nude shade. Stun. And then the shade Love of My Life is the matte. Do I want to keep the matte actually? I have kept all the other mattes though. So you know what? I will keep the matte. Normally I wouldn't, but it's just because like these are like that whipped formula. So they're not like matte. They're just like a comfort matte. So I can actually like get away with these. Peach Peony, I really like all of these shades. They are very unique. That's a little bit more red. I don't use these too much just because it's hard to like distinguish the shades sometimes. That's such a beautiful shade though. What's that? Cream Petal. I have a 10% off code. Caitlin, that is the code if you would like some money off. This is I need to reach for this more. Look at that. Cocoa Bloom. Oh, I love that. Vintage Fuchsia is a little bit more of a pinky shade, but it's still quite cool toned. There we go. Stun. Then the shade Nude Nectar. And that is that one there. A little bit more pinky, a slight bit lighter. And then the shade Camellia Muse is very pink. Like, that's pink. But I think for certain looks, I am going to keep it. I do work with Odin's Eye. I'm on the PR list. And so I do often keep a lot of Odin's Eye things, even if I'm not like 100% sold on them. Like if this was just my personal collection, I'd keep like these two browns and then like maybe this reddy shade. But because I do work so closely with Odin's Eye, it's nice to have things for comparison. It's nice to kind of swatch things and show you guys things because, you know, I have a makeup style, but it might not be your makeup style. You might love some of these other shades. So I do like to keep them for that reason. Obviously, there does get to a point where you've got to differentiate between like your like personal collection and then like a work collection. because yeah, this is like work for me. Okay, let's go through the Odin's Eye, because we're talking about Odin's Eye. These are the glosses. Now, I reach for these all the gosh darn time. Tawny Rose. Stop. Oh, it's the most beautiful, deep gloss. Like, these two together. Yes, stop it right now. It is beautiful. The shade Apricot Whisper is one. This was the Dark Horse. I was not expecting to love this. It's a bright orange lip gloss. Oh, for spring, you need it. Code Caitlin, you're welcome. Little Jasmine 3. This is kind of like a honey shade. It's very unique. I need to use that a little bit more. I need to play around with that, because like that's very different. It's almost like a sicky yellow. Like, how fun. Latte Lily. This is a lovely warm brown. Pretty. Next is Citrus Camellia. This is the one that I use the most. It is a brownie nude. Oh my god, we're shocked. A brownie nude. Caitlin loves a brownie nude. And then Dusty Burgundy is a little bit deeper. And it's not as burgundy as like I would have thought, to be honest. But it's definitely like very warm. So yeah, I love all those, keeping all those. I'm also keeping all these. I know I poo-poo on this Fenty one all the time. It's really pretty, but like the staying power is non-existent. This is the shade Fenty Glow. It's nice, don't get me wrong, but like I can't rely on it all day. Then I've got some glosses. Look how beaten up this thing looks. I don't actually know what's happened. Like, where have you been, girl? Like, are you okay? This is Fenty Glass Slipper. This is meant to be a clear gloss, and it does work as a clear gloss, but like through her years of service, she's changed a bit. She's seen things. I'm gonna keep her. Next is the Cream in Fenty Glow. Love this. A really like nice everyday glossy lip. I love a glossy lip. And then Fenty Pink Dragonfly. This is like a safe pink for me. This is a pink lipstick that I can actually use and I can actually enjoy. A lot of pinks I really can't, and I just like, oh yeah, pink, not keen. But that one is different. I do really enjoy that one. So yeah, none gone from that section either, but I was expecting that, so that's okay. And they fit perfectly. Ah, yes. Okay, I've got a few more. These are going to be like new in lip products, and so like this is where things get, well, things have already got quite cutthroat, but like I think these things are going to be like not staying around. So I've got 3 that have been documented, and then I've got these that are all new in that have not been documented yet. All right, let's talk about the ones I'm definitely keeping. The NYX Simpsons Matte Lip Balm. Love it so much. I love this thing. I was not expecting to love it because the word matte scares me. This is fantastic though, keeping that. These are the other lethal stains that I'm not too sure on. They are quite red, and like I said before, I am a little bit scared of red tones, but I've not even tried these yet. So like it would be really unfair to like give them away without even trying them. So I am going to keep those. These lethal products are so cool. It is a deep black and then like a deep red. I'm definitely keeping those as well for like grungy winter looks. Yes, and I've been using this black so much. I didn't think I'd actually use a black that much, but I do. Okay, more keeps. The Catrice Glossy Nectar Oils. These are fantastic. Catrice know how to do lip oils, clearly, because these are stunning. These are a bit thicker than the other Underwater Secret oils, but they are absolutely wonderful. I love both of these. These came out in their latest Spring in the City collection and drop dead gorgeous. Like, cannot complain about them whatsoever. They're quite sheer, so like don't get like really scared. They're not these colors on the lips. They are absolutely stunning. Love. And then these ones, this is actually an older one that had to just go into the bottom drawer. I think I'm gonna get rid of it. Like it's fine. It's nothing crazy. I've never really reached for it, so it can go. And I think I'm going to get rid of all of these as well, to be honest. The What the Fluff lip tint. This is bright as pink, because of course it is. Essence and Catrice love a bright pink, and I do not. So that's going to go. Then the lip scrub. It's not very scrubby for a lip scrub. It's very, very smooth. Like, I feel maybe 1 or 2 tiny bits of scrub in there. And that's it. So that's going to go. And then the Catrice. Oh, I really wanted to love this. I wanted to love this so badly. This is the Valentine's Who lipstick. And again, it's just really, really pink. The whole packaging is stunning. Like, it's like a faux leather. Oh, yeah. And they actually did have another shade in this collection, which is a little bit more of like a deep shade, but it was sold out, which I'm gutted about. But this is like, packaging-wise, 10 out of 10. Color-wise, I'll never use that in my life. All right, so let's see if we can get rid of a drawer. I think we might be able to. So this is drawer number 1. Let's just pop some products in there. Okay, drawer number 1 is filled up. Drawer number 2, and instantly we've got rid of 1 drawer. Boom, empty. We've actually got more room as well in this. So we can put the Catrice in there. Pretty. Then this is my Odin's Eye. Obviously, I do have this in my everyday makeup drawer right now, but can I fit? No, they won't fit. Actually, I have those 2 that are in an everyday makeup drawer, so like they can just go there when they're finished being used in that. So I'll keep that free for now. This drawer, obviously I got rid of nothing from there, so that can stay. And then the rest can go in here. Okay, nice. Oh wait, hang on. I wanted all the lethal lip stains to go together. Hang on, I'm gonna have to reorganize. 1 second. So if these lethal stains go there, maybe, oh, I know, because Catrice, those 2 Catrice lip oils, and then boom, I've got my other Catrice lip oils. So all 4 Catrice lip oils are in there. And then all of the lethal products are there. Oh my gosh, here we go. How satisfying. And that means in this declutter, I've got rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 lip products. That's amazing. I was not expecting to even do this declutter. Never mind, get rid of 14 lip products. I feel really good. I'm going to have to see what has been documented and what has been not documented, because I would like to get everything, having some B-roll footage so that I can just make sure that I have everything on file. I can still talk about everything. I can still use everything and be happy that I am decluttering. So I hope you did enjoy this video today, guys. If you did, like, comment, hype, and subscribe. I will be filming my other declutters very soon. If you've not already seen my base and blush declutter, definitely go and check those out as well. And I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye-bye.